way. I think it's necessary. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, babe. 7 days, are you ready? I don't need to say you know it, girl, you're extraordinary. I want you here with me. I miss your body, baby. No, I cannot believe that you're still single, lady. Wishing I could retreat. I want you here with me. Be my lover, be my trophy, be my woman, be my lover, be my trophy, be my.
Yeah. Let me get a punch. Let me get a punch. Let you feel the punch. Let me get a punch. What a hoop, don't sleep, oh yeah, yeah, oh. What a hoop, don't sleep, oh yeah, yeah, oh. What a hoop, don't sleep, oh yeah, yeah, oh. What a hoop, don't sleep, don't punch me. Don't keep getting me pissed before I make you bleed. Pray for your rest in peace. It's the only piece that you need, even a punch. This is the purge. Everybody please your perk. Your perk, I'ma kick these people with my kitty pound. Play with the wrong gal pound. Put when they put get back pop on out. Pop on now, yeah, I'm a kite being my pound. Pack it out, back it out. กูสร้างมึงภาพลับ yo how about now bruh จบบ้านนี้ไม่ต้องรอถึงหูพวกกูจัดมึงจุกดังอ้าว Need the pepper, pick a pack of peppers. People like me pick a pack of bricks for a week per day per minute. Rapper like me ทำพวกมึง panic บอกกูเป็นผู้หญิงมีผลต่อ proof ไม่ควรได้ pride เข้าใจมึง lose อะไรไม่รู้พร้อมพวกขี้แพ้มาพายกูพูดไปก็ไรพอยเขาต่อยสักชุดดีกว่าพวก What a hoop, don't sleep, oh yeah, yeah, oh. What a hoop, don't sleep, oh yeah, yeah, oh. What a hoop, don't sleep, oh yeah, yeah, oh. What a hoop, don't sleep, don't punch me. All problems are proved in one punch. All battles are beat in one punch. Put you to sleep with this one punch. ไม่สะเทือนกูสักนิดกูขอสกิด one punch. ชีวิตที่กูโดนมามากกว่า one punch. วันนั้นที่กูช่วยกูสักคนมา one punch. One day, one life, one dream, one punch. If you have one shot, better have one punch. Eminem said, Millie Rabbit, and the world short. You just catfish. Kevin said, พ่อแม่คือความจริง Separate from the competition. ผลลัพธ์คือ I'm the best, bruh. What a hoop, don't sleep, oh yeah, yeah, oh. What a hoop, don't sleep, oh yeah, yeah, oh. What a hoop, don't sleep, oh yeah, yeah, oh. What a hoop, don't sleep, don't punch me.
decision. And try with your mates, cause I'm on my way. You've made my decision. What did I do? What did I try to make you happy? Thought that I proved, thought that I told me that you love me. But now you're in the spotlight and you're cruising. You play with my emotions. I was foolish, but now you're in the spotlight. Camera shooting. You're playing with my heart. You're playing with my heart. But now you're in the spotlight and you're cruising. You play with my emotions. I was foolish, but now you're in the spotlight. Camera shooting. You're playing with my heart. You're playing with my heart. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. The way it goes. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. The way it goes. That's just the ballin', spotting, ballin'. Phone was dry, but now everybody calling. Good at taking risks, yeah, I always go all in. Swear to God that I'm deaf to the talking. I can't hear it, see the finish line. I know that I'm near it, yeah. Cut the check and I'ma clear it. Ain't nobody out here that I'm fearing. Ay. Easy to see things all on the way up. Used to think it's hard, now I feel just like a layup. I've been in the gym, yeah, I'm tryna get my weight up. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. The way it goes. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. The way it goes. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. The way it goes. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. The way it goes. That's just the. Hey, you ain't realist, like you got a few disguises. Walk in the room, I know I'ma be the flyest. She like me, yeah, it's hard for her to hide it. One-on-one, ain't nobody like this. Got this far by doing me, I'm everything I knew I'd be. I don't care what we used to be, no, yeah. They tryna get close to me, you can't get what you want from me. I got this vision you can't see, no. Easy to see things all on the way up. Used to think it's hard, now I feel just like a layup. I've been in the gym, yeah, I'm tryna get my weight up. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. The way it goes. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. The way it goes. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. The way it goes. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. The way it goes. That's just the.
Dans le silence, je perds mon souffle, les ombres dansent. Autour de moi, les champs s'agitent, on me bouscule, je marche vite, je perds mes sens. Je rêve de partir. Et dans la lumière, les rêves d'hier nous emmènent au bout du monde. Brûle la nuit, brise mes chaînes. Sous l'orage, je renais dans l'écho de mes veines. J'entrevois une lueur d'espoir. moving pictures on the big screen. You got me feeling like I'm 17, watching pictures on the big screen. Whoa. You like moving pictures on the big screen. You got me feeling like I'm 17, watching pictures on the big screen. Whoa. Sit back, enjoy the show. Getting lost in more than we'll ever know. Yeah, kick your feet up. We've got time to lose. I'll be Bonnie and you be Clyde, and we can pretend that we never died. There's no other place I'd rather be with you. Don't leave me dry. I'm feeling like I've lost it all. Don't leave me dry. I watching while the credits roll. You like moving pictures on the big screen. You got me feeling like I'm 17, watching pictures on the big screen. Whoa. You like moving pictures on the big screen. You got me feeling like I'm 17, watching pictures on
If I'm thinking about you, are you thinking about me too? A summer day, your sweet embrace is all that I want. The way it feels is something real and heading for us. I mean it from the heart. I wanna be your light when it gets dark. Right from the moonlight until the sunrise. Can't get you out my mind. Can't get you out my mind. I don't know what you done to me. If I'm thinking about you, are you thinking about me too? I keep falling for you, can't help wondering. If I'm thinking about you, are you thinking about me? I don't know what you done to me. If I'm thinking about you, are you thinking about me too? I keep falling for you, can't help wondering. If I'm thinking about you, are you thinking about me?
Your body knows. A sense of victory. Seized when mind, movement, and gear ignite as one. Now, step into your zone. Designed to win.
Wingman World while what?
Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
Wingman World while wanting a well-won break. Let's go!
Red Bull gives you wings.
I need to keep you around with my feet tied, tied to the ground. The end's nowhere to be found. I don't know why you don't leave me to drown. Oh, don't know where to go unless you say. Don't know what to do unless you stay. Thinking that today will be our day, it'll be our day again. Winning, losing, either way I'm there. Got an attitude, I'm off the roof, up in the air. Let's run, I make it count, yeah, I'm talking right now. Feel like the comeback kid, got no time to spare. Double up score, 22-4. You know I win a lot, gotta win one more. On a hot street, never gets old. Sorta with the ace and my team went gold. Why am I playing with time as it's ticking away? It's ticking away, away. I'm asking why. It's not a second to waste. They're ticking away, away, away. They're ticking I'll give it one more try. I don't know why, but I keep coming back every time. I wanted more than my life. I don't know why, but it feels so right. Why am I playing with time as it's ticking away? It's ticking away, away. I'm asking why we run for our lives.
I'll take the shot. Still they say I'm the villain. I scream and nobody listens. Still they say I'm the villain. Too bad you can't take me down.
Hello everyone, bienvenidos. ¿Estáis listos? Es un placer estar aquí con todos vosotros.
Nice push, nice cool, nice push.
You heard that right, everybody. For the VCT EMEA Stage 2 Finals, we are going to be heading to Barcelona. But that is honestly a very long way away, especially if we look at how cold it is outside. So instead, we're going to have to unpack VCT EMEA Kickoff as we have two teams fighting for survival today. Team Liquid against Heretics. One of them will continue their lower bracket run. And the other one, well, they're going to have to go home. Hi, I'm Ginny, joined with Billy and Tom Piz.
Yes, it's me.
Was it a good impression?
It's me, Bald Boo. That's why I'm here. My brothers are going to be fighting today, and they had to bring me on the desk for it.
Was that supposed to be an impression of me from the Kit Kat?
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't get it.
The penny drop.
No, I didn't
My
get
bad,
it.
sorry, I'm not really good with
That's all good. You tried, and that's fine.
Either way,
You're good at other things.
like yapping, I guess, looking at brackets potentially, because the way that it has been unfolding over the last couple of weeks here in VCT EMEA Kickoff has been a bit of a question mark. Tom, you've been on the caster desk, so we haven't really got a chance to get your opinion on it here. So, well,
I'm surprised Na'Vi are out. I'll be honest with you. Like the way things started, they could have won that game versus mates. I think going into that game, I had them kind of even. They would be in a final right now. Instead, they're already out. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I think to like jump onto that point, obviously we were very high on Na'Vi after the first week. We were like, oh my god, they've got a read of the meta, like they're going to go all the way. And yeah, I think for them to be one step away from a final to then not even be in the competition anymore is pretty sad. But yeah, we've got a bunch of exciting teams that are at least playing today.
So you're saying you cursed them?
Maybe?
Maybe. Did we curse GX as well? Who else have we cursed? Because they were the only team that didn't make a change. So the fact that they come in and don't do well at kickoff is, again, a bit of a worry.
It do be like that sometimes, but today you can curse either Liquid or Heretics because these two teams are fighting it out in this lower bracket for a chance of survival. But before we actually get into the gist of things, we can play a little game. So you guys are really smart and big brain about the game, and
Someone clip that.
That was sarcasm, by the way. Anyway, we're going to do a Sentinels tier list. So I'm going to start with you, Billy, in regards to what's going on over here.
Are we judging this based on the whole of Kickoff?
Yeah, go crazy.
Okay. I think we have to put Mini in S tier. I'm going to get that win in pretty early.
Actually, you can take the easy one.
Yeah, that's
basically you're going to take the guy who's having an unreal tournament. Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that. I do think, to make this fair, we have to at least put one person in C, though. Because otherwise...
Who are we putting in C,
like,
then?
Collectively, or like you put one in C and I put one in C?
Oh, okay.
Like, are we doing this as a collective?
Yeah, I think we do it as a collective, because I can't. I'm struggling to even put one in C. But I'm gonna do something that, when this is inevitably put on social media, is gonna upset everybody. But Nats, based on his normal level, is currently playing as a C.
I agree with that. No, I think
he
that's
is.
fair.
If this is all time, he is S tier off the list. We need to make a new tier called Nats. Right now, because I think he's having to focus a little bit more on IGLing and having to micromanage new players, he's playing at a C. Maybe today he moves up and they win the game.
Yeah, I think that's based. I think that based on what we've seen from him so far, it's not been the kind of expectations that we usually have from a player such as Nats, the caliber of player that he is. So I think that's fair. I think next, maybe we go Alfair in A tier, I think.
Isn't he like the highest rated player in like the tournament?
Oh,
Numbers
yeah,
are a social cost.
Do you think he should be an S tier then?
Yes.
Don't let someone peer pressure you.
It's
okay,
no, but it's so difficult because like Alpha's one of those players where it doesn't matter what agent you put him on, he's just going to be insane. So like if this is Sentinel only, you still think S tier?
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't he have a Vice game where he like broke the record in a best of 3?
He was insane, I agree, but it's just like...
Let's do Chronicle next, guys.
Chronicle, I'm putting Chronicle in A. I think there's more to come.
Yeah, I want to see more of his Veto.
Benji, playing today as well.
The thing is, his highs have been so high.
Yeah, but
B for Benji Fishy.
Wow, and then we have Corinne.
I want to put him in A. He's a rookie on the stage. The teams look fantastic. The reason they're allowed to get aggressive on one side is because he locks down the other. He's also only played Cypher, which I don't think anybody else has been doing.
Yep.
I'm putting him in A.
I think that's fair. I think as well, when you look at the roster, when star players, that sometimes those kind of anchors get left behind because they don't always have the flashy moments, but the value and the impact that he's bringing to his team, I agree with A tier.
Okay, let's start things off then dissecting Heretics a little bit further, because this is the game that our analysts got to play. We have an actual game that's got to be played on stage, and I think that's
a slightly better one.
Yeah, I also think that's just like a bit more important, you know? So Heretics is going to be one of the teams that are taking the stage today, and they are in this lower bracket, trying to very much make it happen. Liquid also same thing, no strangers to this lower bracket either, but it does feel like it's a bit of a different side of a coin for both of these rosters.
Yeah, I think it's really weird because when we actually look at the year that both teams were able to have last year, you know, they were in really high highs, and so now you're at a point where you're not one of them isn't going to make the first global event, which for Team Liquid blows my mind because they attended every single global event last year. Bear in mind, obviously, it's a different roster this time round, but I just think if you're either of these rosters looking at this as potentially a disappointment.
Well, it's going to be the worst performance for one of these squads over the last year. Like, even when Heretics didn't make an event, they still finished third. And then you have, like, okay, they did finish 5th to 6th at the last one, but they'd already made champs because of all the other stuff that had gone on throughout the year and their performances at international events. So for both of these squads, this is going to be a low to start the year. I give a little bit more of a caveat to Liquid because it is a complete change of players. Like, everything has gone completely different to how it was last year. Heretics changed one player. If you change one player and that player is coming into your team, you should be, to be honest, I had them going through in the upper bracket. The fact that they might not even make it to a final, I don't know, there maybe some drastic changes will have to be made.
Drastic changes? Like,
okay, yeah, I would like you to kind of like explain that a little bit further, because I feel like when we're looking at Heretic, like, yes, at the start it was good and then it was wonky again, but especially last week, the performance that they've shown, are you not potentially a little convinced that they can do this?
I think they needed to be consistent in my mind. If they come out today and play like they did versus Na'Vi, then yeah, I'm going to start thinking, okay, maybe they can make that lower bracket run. We've seen Benji talking a lot about we're good when we have a last life, so maybe they look a little bit better when it's only single Elium, but I don't know, it's worrying.
To that point as well, though, like, a lot of the boys have been saying, you know, like, we're getting used to comeback, we're adapting around him, like, they are taking a little bit of a synergy, and that has been shown kind of in their compositions as well, in the way in which they've been playing. So, like, it's definitely been a slow burner for them. Yeah, I think they just needed a little bit of time.
Well, at the end of the day, this is low bracket, so time is exactly not what they're going to get, unfortunately. But we do get a really cool matchup today with Liquid against Heretics, because we have the Boo brothers, Mini Boo going up against Boo, which I think is really exciting. And then you're their dad, like, not twin.
Brother.
Yeah, all right.
I'm pretty sure their dad might be in the crowd, so I don't know.
Then we must have a chat.
The parents of both Boo brothers are very supportive of both, and I already saw their mum tweet about the fact that this is going to be the hardest game she's ever had to watch, because obviously they've been on the same team. They've had very high highs of making it to a champs final, making it to a masters final. All of last year still looking like there were moments they could have taken off in an EMEA, still performing well, but a change, it seemed like a change was needed for Miniboo and for Heretics, and this is what it's ended up. It's a very cool storyline, but I wonder who's going to take it better in terms of pressure. Yeah,
also looking at the tweets that we've seen come out from some of these players, I mean, this we're getting a bit of a feast on social media too in regards to how this is going to play out, Billy.
Yeah, I think it's nice to see kind of like banter between the two of them as well. But I think, like Tom mentioned, like, it's kind of weird having to go up against your brother. I'm glad that we get to see it so early on in kickoff, because there could have been a chance that we didn't get to see it. But I think, yeah, going and watching that is going to be really difficult for either of them. Obviously, they both really want to win, and I think as well, the fact that they've not been able to lift a VCT trophy together is kind of like one of those things that they probably wish they would have been able to do before they had to part ways.
Yeah, sometimes you don't really get what you wish for, which happens at the end of the day.
We're in the middle part of the story, and then they come back together in the future and see, look.
Oh, so someone actually gave you the script ahead of time.
Yeah.
Good to know. Thanks for the leak. I do appreciate it. We have the skirmish as well. It's going to be Root against Mini Boo, if I am correct, which...
Boo.
Wow,
why are you booing? Because
it should have been Boo. It should have been... Like, the funny thing is as well, from doing content with Boo before, he's the more competitive brother. Mini Boo said that, he said that. I was like, how are you not turning up for the skirmish to sit your brother down early on as the big brother? Like,
because he wants to do it in the server, maybe. And he's not going to be the only one that's going to be popping off in the server, because what we seen last week, specifically, Billy, from the side of Heretics, was Benji and Comeback.
Yeah, they've been finding form. I think that they were two players that we were kind of a bit more critical of at the very start. And now they're finally getting to the kind of that we expect players like this, I think is fair to say.
It's difficult because I feel like with Benji, we have had a couple of games back-to-back where I'm like, okay, this guy's just taken over the server and been incredible. With Comeback, it literally is a 50-50 flip of the coin, like who you're going to get. And it definitely makes me a little bit more nervous. Like, you look at the last game, I think Comeback was plus 20 the game before he was minus 13. There you go. You see on your screen the ups and downs. And
I would not invest in that stock because that is scary.
What stock would you invest in?
Nothing.
The helpful
I'll
advice.
Just spend my money.
But yeah,
no, this is not financial
You
advice.
can visibly see like how up and down both of the players are, but more so Comeback. And Comeback, I think it was on Haven versus Na'Vi. He looked like he was the best player in the world. Like, he was sliding into angles, insta-head-showing people and walking around like it was nothing. If he does that today, they will win.
Yeah.
But there's no guarantee he will.
I think that comes down to a lot of the agents as well, though, right? They kind of moved away from the Raze, which he didn't look so great on, and kind of has moved back into like the Jet, the Neon, Waylay, these kind of agents that we know that he can thrive on. I think as well, something that the coaches had mentioned in their coach confession last week, I believe it was showing that he's not just like, you know, great on the scope weapons and operator and things like this. He is actually a proficient rifler, and they want to be able to show that. I say this whilst we're showing scope highlights, but yeah, I think it's nice that the coaches recognize that they don't want to just lean on Comeback being solely on the scoped weapons.
Yeah, I think to your point, they sort of made certain changes on like Bind, where they bring in a second initiator and just have a little bit more setup for someone like him.
Oh, okay.
And there you go. There is the initiator player supporting their duelist of Comeback. Rien.
Respect.
One of the best in the world. Also got last week. I was lucky enough to watch him and Woot play table tennis while we were as their warm up. So hopefully they've done the same today because they dominated when they did. That's the key.
Synergy.
Synergy. It's working out for them. Liquid is also on the up. I don't know if I want to say Liquid is on the up. I want to say Wayne has kind of found form the longer he has been here in VCT Kickoff. But unfortunately, he does find himself immediately thrown into this lower bracket, which when having a conversation with him last week, Billy, he did mention, okay, I don't like the pressure that much.
Yeah, but let's not forget, he is the only rookie that's playing on the stage today. So I think for him, this is going to be a real step-up moment to see how he does deal with that pressure, especially with this being elimination on the line. They're obviously wanting to make that very first global event. And I think Wayne has had like a really great showing throughout so far. I know that he kind of had compositional, they were playing the Astra, now they've moved over to the Omen, and I think he's been doing well.
Yeah, for sure. I think, like, as they say, when it wanes, it pours. Like, when he's got off to these good starts, he's been able to sort of take over games. And I'm hoping we get to see a little bit more of that, because there were a lot of players in the conversation of who could have been picked up by Liquid. And he was one that kind of came out of the blue. He's been getting better and better. If he can keep up that trajectory and they have less sort of spent on him, you can start seeing players like Nat start to get back to the level we know he'll be at as well.
Goes back to the consistency that you mentioned earlier on, where you said if I saw teams and individual players showing up more consistently every single week rather than a one-off, you would be more convinced.
Yeah, for sure. Like it's I have a lot more leeway with someone like Wayne because he is so young, new to the region, not even just new to this team. And he didn't even come in the first week. He didn't have that like warm-up week where maybe you play like a slightly weaker opponent. He had none of that. So he was thrown in at the deep end and now is starting to get to the point where, yeah, you see the best of him. But as I said, this is elimination now. This is everything on the line. It might go wrong today.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Tom said, like he is that armor for Team Liquid, which is someone that they need, I think, because their kind of games have been a bit, you know, all over the place. It's been a bit muddy at times. So yeah, I think Wayne being that consistent performer is great for them.
Yeah, well, 6 teams remain here in VCT Kickoff EMEA with only 3 spots up for grabs from Masters Santiago. And today, either Heretics or Liquid will only get one step closer.
Smoke on my vision so hazy. Shots in the dark, you made me fall. Decisions in the past were made. All these eyes on me, can't breathe. Gotta keep from falling.
Heretics.
Keep calling. Took a risk even though my happy. The fire in my chest keeps burning. I'ma prove I deserve. But it won't be falling. Past keep calling. Took a risk even though my happy. The fire in my chest keeps burning. I'ma prove that it won't be falling. Past keep calling. Took a risk even though my happy. The fire in my chest keeps burning. I'ma prove I deserve it.
All right, this is the last dance for both of these teams here in VCT EMEA Kickoff, as one will advance further into this lower bracket, making that lower bracket run possible, and the other, unfortunately, will sit things out until stage 1. That's a lot of pressure on both of them.
Yeah, and I think it's crazy because when you think of the last time that these two teams played, it was both in lower brackets, the only time that they played during 2025.
Oh.
And what are they saying?
That's a tough skirmish loss there for Team Liquid.
Yeah, I feel like, though, it's one of those vetoes where we're going to go into it soon, and you'll have both teams banning their permaban anyway. So I feel like the side, obviously, you want to win for the flex.
You're giving away the script.
You want the flex of like, oh, yeah, I beat you, and we go into the game. But ultimately, I think they know what's coming.
Ultimately, also last week, we had this statistic where every team that won the skirmish, 45% of them then ended up winning their game. So the skirmish curse, potentially, could be true.
So if you win the skirmish, you win.
You lose the game.
Oh, you lose the game.
Yeah.
That explains. That's why they're sending Milan on Fnatic, right?
Oh, they're ahead of the curve. They knew the stat before
if we lose
figured
everyone.
That's crazy from you.
Oh, what, he's going and expected to win, is he?
Maybe. From what I've heard, he's been warming up for these skirmishes and getting the
Might
proc
as well
in.
send me.
Okay, but we're looking at Heretics, so they actually go for that second pick order when it comes to the map veto. I'm looking forward to see how that's going to play out. Abyss, Bide, and Breeze. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you mean Abyss first map?
Yeah, I mean, I think just to speak about the bans quickly, Team Liquid's taken Heretics' probably best and favorite map that they've been playing throughout Kickoff so far. It's kind of tough, but it has been their insta-ban, so Team Heretics should have been expecting that. Team Heretics banning out the Pearl as well, something that they've been banning. I'm kind of surprised they banned it against Team Liquid. I'm not a big fan of their composition. I think it's quite easy to counteract. No, I despise their Pearl composition, but Abyss first. Let's speak about Abyss, right? Both teams have lost this map 13-2.
Yeah, lost is an understatement. Both teams got battered on this map.
What do you mean?
I will say, I'm going to give credit to Liquid where it's due. All of last year, I think they were very good at coming in and countering opponents. So the problem I have is you're countering a team that already lost 13-2. The countering was done, and you know that they're now going to change. Surely, they're going to have to make adaptations. I also am a little bit scared because even though it was a very bad map for Heretics, it is the map, at least, where Comeback was playing Jet. And I feel like with the sort of rise to form he's had individually over the last couple of weeks, I don't want to play him first, going in a bit cold on Jet.
Yeah, it does feel a bit weird that they picked into
risky.
Abyss. I'm hoping that that means though that we're going to see a composition change come through from Team Liquid, because I've not been a big fan of the compositions that they've been playing out. I think that they've definitely replicated a lot of the kind of things that they did last year, which is understandable when you're bringing in a new roster and, you know, trying to get that cohesion up. But there's not really been new ideas, and I need to see something new and excited to get about.
Yeah, one thing though that we're not seeing that's not new is the Razor chairs that the players are very comfy in. And then we're also going to see the second map of the series, which will be Bind, that we've also seen specifically from Liquid, as well as Heretics. And for Heretics, has been mixed results.
Yeah, for Heretics, it's mixed results. But to jump onto the Team Liquid point that I was kind of just getting across there, again, another map where it's like they've only really changed one agent from things that they've done last year. So I think for Team Heretics, there's going to be a lot of prep coming into that because there's so much footage on it. I think for Team Heretics, though, when I'm thinking about Bind, they switched compositions last time that we saw them play it. They were playing a double duelist initially, and then they'd switch to a double initiator, which seemed to work out a lot better for them.
But they did only beat Ulf. And I know Ulf got better as they went along, but that was still early stage Ulf where they were almost just trying to frag out. And it was I think there was that the map where there was like a streak of 7 rounds in a row for Ulf, and I was sort of sat there, eyes widening, like, are they actually going to lose this game? So I'm not particularly confident in that pick. I thought maybe they'd go for the Corrode just because Liquid have been a little bit worse for wear on that map. I also thought Bind might end up as the 3rd map. I didn't think we'd have Breeze go all the way through, but I guess just, again, the confident victory they had versus Na'Vi, even though it was a Na'Vi that they absolutely dumpstered, that was enough to go up against one of the strongest maps. So I would say, like, if you're coming in with a surprise Abyss pick, you go into Bind, which I actually think could end up pretty level, and then Breeze. I think Liquid have got about as good a veto as they could hope for, but I'm still not confident in any of the 3 maps.
That's a scary situation to be in if you are a Liquid fan. You're saying that when it comes to the map veto specifically for Liquid, it's looking a bit more favorable. For Heretics then, I mean, Abyss, for them, also didn't look good against KC at all. It's literally the same scoreline for both of these teams. Are we worried by any chance that they might be or not be expecting anything new from Liquid? Because Liquid has been playing the same agents for such a long time.
I think if you're Heretics, you probably do expect a change from Team Liquid. When I think of like the coaches and Nats last year during kickoff, they were literally changing compositions throughout the event, even in that lower bracket final against Team Heretics. I think back to the Lotus last year, they pulled out Arena, for God's sake. Like, they're no strangers to changing compositions throughout an event, especially something as, you know, unpredictable as kickoff.
I would say that the fact that this has been picked by Liquid, you're going to expect changes, but I'll be honest, I don't think Heretics will have expected to see this map at all. I think this had 2nd stage ban written all over it for both teams, and then when it was picked, I wonder if the Heretics side just went, oh, God, we're going to have to play that again. But I feel like we're going to have Liquid changing something because, well, Mini's not here, but like he loves hating on Breach. It's not really been working out, and they got battered on their attack side, which is where you kind of expect the setup to actually be pretty good. It wasn't. So I think that in this first map, Liquid have to have their edge, but going in, if they are going to change things and having a load of new stuff and trying to run it versus a fairly simplistic comp, one that is more based off feeling and sort of the mid-round calling with like you've got those comfort agents for the side of Heretics. I don't know if that's necessarily a brilliant idea, but I do understand when you look at the map where you go, okay, let's make them uncomfortable to see if we can beat them that way.
Yeah, also something from Liquid specifically when it comes to them not changing anything. We've heard Lohan mentioned a couple times where it's like, we found our identity, we want to stick to what we're comfortable with, we want to build on that a little bit further. So maybe Liquid doesn't necessarily feel the need to make any changes, even though they find themselves in this position.
They lost 2-30.
I want to see, I will be very frustrated if I don't see changes from Team Liquid. For them to, you know, pick into this Abyss map, they've obviously not played it since that loss against KC. I'll be frustrated if they don't make changes. I don't want to see that Teho Breach comp.
I think they are in the ideal spot to run that Waylay Yoru comp. Like, they've got two different people who could also play Duelist alongside Miniboo. Whichever one you want him to play, like, he's been doing quite well on the Waylay. I would like to see that. Maybe you throw a camo in on a Yoru. No, I don't want to see that. Anything but that, in fact. But
so what do you want to see from Nats?
Either stick him on the Cypher or have him on an Astra.
I was going to say Cypher, I think, is fine here, especially if they're running
an
the
Astra,
double
even though when we're seeing Wayne go on the Omen instead of them picking the Astra?
You can have double controller. In this current meta, I think especially, we even saw Brimstone coming out from Mini on this map. Like, it's a map where having that delay on the defensive side is so valuable, and also the added smokes on your attack is fantastic. I also think Astra's just really, really strong, and I think Nats is slightly better equipped to do it because of all of that additional utility.
Yeah, this is kind of discussion that we're having in regards to the compositions from Liquid not really changing. They've been playing the same agents, and I guess today, at least when it comes to Bind, Billy, we can maybe expect the same thing.
Yeah, potentially. I think what I had meant by this is that a lot of the compositions that they have run this year, I'm speaking about the bind and split here, was kind of similar to the compositions that they ran last year. It's kind of already explained it so far about that, but I guess with a different team, like they want to build up that cohesion, they maybe don't want to do anything too crazy just yet. But yeah, I think that it's very easy to be able to prepare against this because they're not really switching away from the identity that they had last year.
Yeah, for Heretics then, I guess in regards to their compositions, we have been seeing changes. We've been seeing them also get a lot more comfortable when it comes to how they are on the server as well. For that composition then, what are our expectations in regards to any changes there? Do we think they're going to stick with what was not working for them last time on Abyss?
I don't think they change, honestly.
No,
I don't think Heretics change.
Again, I would be surprised. Maybe they've worked on something just in general. They're making a lower bracket run. But I think for this series, I don't think they would have gone in expecting Abyss to be the first pick in the pool. And I think as well, like I said, like you're going in with Woot on KO, Rian Sova, Boo on Astra, Benji Cypher, and then Jet on comeback. These are like more comfortable picks. I don't think they'll change anything.
Yeah, well, we can sit here in Theorycraft a lot longer in terms of Asian compositions, but fortunately for you, you're going to have to hear it no longer because instead, we're going to be tossing it to our casters, Pansy and Hypok, who can let us know what they want to see.
Yeah, brand new start to things, I guess.
Yeah.
Theory crafting this one out, Michael. A little surprised, if anything, but I think rather than kind of starting on the agents and kind of the crafting the desk was doing, as they normally do, we can kind of more discuss the map itself and kind of where we stand with these two teams. Because I think coming into Abyss, obviously both teams having less than ideal results as of late. I think all of us remembering that, you know, barely walking away with more than 2 rounds here and there, the desk again talking about it. In my mind, I worry when I see Abyss. I see them coming back to this. Surely they've fixed something. Surely they've come back in with a new plan in mind. But
I mean, you definitely hope so. Obviously, both teams going through the trial by fire of obviously playing versus KC and getting demolished, right? So obviously, as we do take a look here at the agent stage, okay, Benji.
That's a big change.
Yeah, so
is this
again,
the cure to the woes?
Potentially. There's certainly an argument to be made. We've seen some playtime here over on the Liquid side. Obviously, we're going to see Miniboo on the Waylay and Camo on the Yoru. So
and Miniboo had a shocker on this map previously.
Yes.
So I want to see him in a really good form. Obviously facing up against Brother on the other side, X-Team. There's a time to turn up.
There's lots to digest, and especially, and it was really interesting to have a chat with him. And the way that he views this series in terms of not necessarily like a, hey, wanted to beat Boo, it's more, hey, the win matters. It's not this redemption sort of matchup for him. Certainly where my eyes go towards, as we potentially see Liquid settle on this composition with maybe with Nat slipping onto the Cypher, which is something Billy touched on the desk, and I'm all for it, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
it's a comfort role for him.
Exactly.
And we've seen some instances here at Kickoff where he's not necessarily put out the numbers historically we've been used to.
And I think we had it in a couple of interviews, the kind of discussion around the fact that, you know, he's had to be a little bit more of an in-game leader again, a little bit more present in the rounds, a little bit focused back on that in-game leadership midway through, maybe losing out on some of the players that could do that mid-rounding and now catching everyone up to speed, so it's more back on his plate. But again, role-wise, I actually quite like that for him.
Focus-wise, though, for Heretics to make what feels like a big change, and Benji's obviously been a discussion around finding his footing within this role and maybe being a little hot and cold whilst we're on a hot trend for Benji. This is certainly what I'm looking out for here on map 1.
The only issue, the only fear, the only worry for me is confidence. How many times do we hear from the coaching staff when it comes to Heretics, where's the confidence? They're not playing with it.
Drink every time.
Yeah.
Drink every time we play our own game.
And confidence. But Benji on a new agent does add a little bit of fear.
Hey, maybe this is a bit of freedom for him to really, well, I was about to say make a name for himself, but again,
yeah, it's. I feel like this could be either a really good solution or it could compound problems. But I guess you kind of gotta do it now or never, right? This is last chance corral for this sort of thing, so kind of have to turn up.
Yeah, the fact that obviously we'll be starting here on Abyss, like I said, with both teams falling to KC in quite drastic fashion.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
We're certainly looking for massive improvements on both sides. Wouldn't want to see this go one way or the other with a similar scoreline for sure. Lots to look out for here. And interesting enough, as well, Wayne, we were discussing this towards the back end of last week. One for me that's, I mean, he's starting to hit his stride, it feels like. Super exciting prospect, but obviously early on, I mean, what was it, week 1 matchup? We didn't see him due to whatever issues. I think probably has been on a very steady upward trend, which should relieve some of the issues in game in terms of that reliance on Nats to really micromanage some of these rounds and heavily focus on mid-rounding decisions. Certainly for me, Wayne is one that probably brings the team into a little more of a consistent state.
Look, he's got his headphones all messed up.
Yeah, that's talking about him.
Come on.
Oh, there!
He'll sort it out. Look, he's got to be ready for this one. New agent and everything, all right? This is scary times. But even under that sort of conversation, if we lead into it, like for me, Wayne's one of those prospects where you see the potential, but you're waiting to see it come through more consistently, how much it takes away from having Nats shouldering so much. But also, if we were kind of talking about some of the players who've had upswings too, like we saw Benji obviously, but Comeback has started to really hit his stride. It felt a bit more agent specific. And I'm kind of curious now how it lands. Does he continue to find favor here? It's going to be on the Yoru this time, so how does that sit with you? Because we've seen good on Neon, bits and bobs.
It's funny actually, because I was thinking about our discussion when we were watching Comeback on Crowd and talking about, we're not necessarily seeing the numbers, not as explosive, but there were just so many situations where you put any duelist in that role, players that have done it on this stage for years would have struggled there. So I wouldn't say necessarily unfair criticism. I think with such a high-profile move here and questions around the move itself, it being Mini Boo to come out, arguably, even though inconsistent, big shoes to fill within this roster in terms of the turbulent journey they've been along. For me, Comeback's still ticking some of the boxes that I'd want to see it kick off at least.
Yeah, I think so. And kind of, again, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he was on the Jet up against KC.
Yeah.
So again, went 4-14. He didn't have a great game either.
The numbers didn't look good. There's spade a spade.
Yeah, so it's like, for me, I'd like to see how well he fares in this. Luckily, that's enough from us. It is time to look into map 1 properly. Team Liquid up against Heretics. Bound by blood here in this battle between the two. A lot to be fighting over as well. The chance to stay alive.
Yeah, which is, I mean, even coming back to that same front, it's been turbulent here at Kickoff. It's been upside down in terms of looking at the bracket, the names we see here, but Liquid and Heretics to face off. Pacey start here for Woot. Actually, no secrets about this on the way up. Purpo gonna respect the space initially. The Heretics looking to scale very quickly towards A.
And if this is a pacier look coming out from Heretics, even if it's just setting the tone into the first go of things, I'm kind of down for it, right? Let's see if they can set a tempo, send a message early. Purple, good info here. They should tee up those 3 through middle. There's the distraction. But Benji divides and conquers. 2 quick kills. I thought they were on for some success there. But now down to Purpo and Nats, what are you meant to do? Try and walk back into the site. Try and take on 4 players. On your own is not going to happen. Heretics, what a start.
Yeah, Pep in the step in first round at least here. Let's see if that's a trend to follow. Again, I think probably the biggest criticism really for Heretics in terms of inconsistency is around their inability to really make quick decisions, but quick, smart decisions, right? And have these kind of all bases are covered, nothing left up to chance here. And again, we even saw some instances of very rehearsed, choreographed pistol rounds last week, so it's certainly something they've been preparing.
Yeah, that spacing to me from Liquid then just felt like they had a plan in mind with Mini Boo just trying to break the kind of line of sight, I guess, or kind of the hold, but... Let's come back, get in. Okay, not going to catch him. Off the map we go.
Now, if you didn't catch it the first time, we have seen brothers face off in VCT here. We'll see Mini Boo, well, brothers alongside the rest of the roster as well, but Boo specifically. Heretics off to a comfortable 2-0 start here. Gripping replay.
And he's worked on that one, man.
Yeah. Just in case we missed the kill feed, but out of the way.
Yep. Into the bonus, and the bonus is looking pretty healthy. You've got Benji sitting on the absolute heater so far, looking good, sharp, confident. Get the blood pumping early. Rien's also going to be on the rifle as well. Everyone else just going to try and supplement that with what they can. Camo able to turn the flash here and gets away with the first. A little lazy on the clear, maybe hoping for the best, but now expecting the worst. Down to a 4v3. Benji, Boo, and Wu need to make this work. That's a shot. Benji doing brilliant again. If this is the return to form from this man, I think we're all on board for it. And Purpo and Nats, the last 2 who were left alive before, similar scenario.
Yeah. Left scrambling after Liquid being the ones to try and be decisive. Benji now. 3 for the time being. Can he find a 4th here to close out this round? Able to slip away. Initially looking pretty comfortable already in some of these rounds.
That's exactly what I was going to look at, is how confident he feels, how up on that utility he is. I think the barrel will show on this angle,
yeah,
potentially.
Yeah, that's a spot this, yeah, he's posted.
So, yeah, that's going to be a bit of a catch-off there. And that's going to find a follow-up. Hold on, Boo, with an all to do in a 1v1 here. Oh my good God, Boo, easy, Tiger. That was a bit of a wide swing, but he's not got half yet. Boo's got time. But Purpo's been clean with it as well, and the time's starting to dwindle. And Purpo being toyed with, being played with, half's achieved, but time is there. Boo's done it! Gotta say it, Mike, a Red Bull clutch, yes, but Benji having big impact.
Liquid fall victim, but this is the start you want to see from Heretics, starting to hit their stride in terms of the overall approach here. And this, like I said, this is Liquid on the offensive. I mean, 2 openers here.
Huge work.
Benji able to just swing the pendulum back in Heretics' favor. Beautiful bait and switch here.
Oh, I feel like we haven't seen that in so long, right? There's nice synergy between the two of them. Willing to go in for it, take that line away from them. Benji on the swing. That's very, very nice to see. And it's broken the purchase from Liquid now, right?
Yeah.
Sheriffs, Marshall, that's all she wrote.
Benji again on the hunt.
Watcher expired.
And a couple of members of Liquid stacked up here towards mid at least. Ooh, Camo will be spotted by comeback as well. And Heretics not scrambling to make a decision here. Benji will take a tag in mid at least. So Heretics now looking to regroup outside B.
Cutting through.
And Camo was spotted early. Probably identifying that's going to be the weaker side, but already...
Good rotation.
Yeah, pretty heavy rotation. There's 4 members of Liquid here.
Let's see how well they can clear this, right? Oh my good lord. Okay, and that's a problem for Woot. Actually, he comes out okay for now. Good trade from Camo. You're looking at if maybe Liquid could get a couple more. It's Camo. Oh, what a shot! Camo with 3 miraculous kills. Maybe. Oh! Give me 5. Give me 5. Camo.
Boo's looking, yeah, Boo's obviously looking for Nats.
30 seconds
Just
left.
conscious he's maybe slipped through the map elsewhere. Still 25 seconds left to work with, so Boo has an opportunity.
Oh my God, but Camo, if you do this, that would be so goddamn sick. Spike is on the site. With 13 seconds, he's got to work towards it. On instantaneous, Camo knows
left.
he's closing in. This
Spike
could be
plant.
5. And it absolutely is! Insane work from Camo. Finding all 5 when it felt like the trades were great initially on the site.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know how many members of Heretics were caught on that team flash. You could see whether actually even Camo threw a response. I'm not sure
I'm not
what
sure
had happened,
what
but again, the stun comes through here. Camo's just allowed to continue doing damage here.
That is actually nasty.
Again, someone who's impressed me personally in terms of being flexible once more and really shining on the Yoru here. Bit of a, well, not necessarily a bailout, but a response found here on a much lesser purchase to put Liquid back in a position where they can potentially break the banks. Yeah, break the bank of Heretics. I'm just looking at the money there.
Yeah, hold on. Miniboo's on a glass cannon. 2 on the other side. Heretics were lazy on the clear before. Now got to be ready.
Spotted both.
No sweat just yet. Heretics trying to work the map a little bit, right? But man, if we get a heater from a couple of players, this could be a sick series. Miniboo trying to slice the pie, loses, comeback. Posted on that angle, and he held that for a long time.
Doesn't necessarily force any sort of adjustment here, but advantage for Heretics. Camo's on the hunt though. Look how aggressively he's playing here.
I guess if you're feeling that confidence, just go for it, right? Be let off the leash a little bit, play your game. I don't mind that. That, to me, perfectly reasonable shout. Sometimes you got to call up your own number. They are still working with 4 here for Liquid. Benji, gonna pop that out and walk middle. Tip of the spear stuff. Potentially Purple on the other side. Maybe Camo potentially. And it's a bit of a pinch, right? 3-2 split towards the B side, wrapping in, and they seem none the wiser about middle. Finally, a little bit of attention drawn when it's going to be Purpo checking, but by now they're at the door. This is a problem. Benji just goes in. They're running him down, man. That's overwhelmed. Heretics figuring it out, Mike. That was a lovely split.
Yeah, all pedal, no stick really on the way in. Able to get the plant. Plenty of time for Wayne to try and hold on to this operator.
Straight fire. Oh, Wayne, nothing to do here, man. That is, that's one to remember for Heretics as well, though. That's something to keep that confidence in the mind. Pulled off a great 3-2 split. Apparently, great read that no one's watching middle.
Yeah, and this is the sort of round that you want to see Heretics comfortable in, right? Where it gets a little chaotic, right? It's not necessarily, like I said, there's no set exec here. It's kind of, hey, let's contact in. When the moment comes, we're hitting sight, yeah.
I just can't believe they got so far without anyone kind of... I mean, we saw Purpo drop, and I don't know if there was maybe some utility in middle that got cleared early. They just forgot about.
Lack of consideration of even the possibility of that happening.
Yeah, that's the part that surprised me a touch, but...
Which was what Liquid really struggled with versus KC in particular. Again, for Heretics, it was a little more difficult to really diagnose, but it was the pacing in some of the mid-rounds that Liquid just looked absolutely lost in.
One enemy remaining.
A beautiful take to close out a fourth here.
I wonder who is the slowest.
Yeah. Yeah, if Heretics are the second at 36 seconds.
Not sure.
Math's not my strong point.
No, true. Purchase in shambles. Camo.
Well, yeah, after Camo bailing out with an ace on the previous, just Sheriffs? Now they're back down to just the operator maintained for Mini Boot. A rifle in hand for Camo.
God, they put a lot to work in middle, but the boss is here. Does get
great trade.
Good trade, very nice. Maybe a little bit hesitant to recover that rifle, but it is possible, and they probably should go get that. Sight's not yours anymore.
You don't necessarily have an opportunity to recover before the spike is planted. That's deep in the back lines now. And Theft will go in.
Yeah. 3 through CT, 1 back through kind of vent side, and it looks like Heretics want to focus towards that CT, but it was a very individual effort from Comeback there. No one else really able to scale off it, but now Wu over the top. Spins around, re-ends, picks up the mantle, nice shot towards CT, where's Nats unable to get involved really.
Stuck
bit
behind
of
the divide
there. And Purpo's on for an opportunity, but no shield, right? This is rough for him, and Nats, there was no real opportunity to play in. It felt like that split maybe just a little bit out of sorts with a divide in play, cut off that line of sight, couldn't quite create those nice crossfires and crunch through. So, Heretics, they are looking great today, Mike. A lot of the woes and worries we've had seemingly addressed here. And I'm feeling there might be a timeout from Liquid pretty soon.
I mean, yeah, there's got to be.
It's got to be now. But in my mind, if this is something that's given a little bit more vigor, right, a little bit more life, I saw the stage color change for a second, then I saw it, but it's fine. It's gone back to normal.
Let's go!
And that's the man I want to talk about, actually. Benji, in this instance, if being on the new agent here, you're playing onto Veto, being a little bit more heavily involved on sometimes the front lines, that second man in, kind of working off of Woot breaking that kind of hold on these angles.
This is one of those discussions. It's like, hey, yeah, I'm going to play it, but also I'm just going to go forwards and shoot people in the face, so... It's looking really good now in terms of the comp, but I'm with you. For me, it comes back to that same discussion around where we've seen Benji really struggle, and it hasn't necessarily. I mean, the second side to that conversation is what do Heretics do from a composition standpoint in terms of question marks around double duelist and bring come back in here. Where's, you know, what are the picks we're going to see for Benji to be the one to pick up something new and still be, like I said, on this upwards trend? It is just fantastic to see.
It's very exciting because, again, if you roll your mind back to when Heretics were in probably the heyday of their form, how many rounds was Benji clutching up for him? How much impact did this man have? He was a mainstay in conversation. Obviously a downturn, and the agent itself had downturns. You know, we didn't see Cypher anywhere near as much, which was his, as said, his bread and butter. If we find a bit more of that, fantastic. I don't think we're seeing the composition being excellent, but it's certainly the players playing it right now that are showing that they have some
the Heretics just play way better than what we've seen previously.
And again,
from Liquid's standpoint, it's in terms of prep here, you pick Abyss and you almost get the Uno reverse in terms of how you want to play the map. Again, there's lots of learnings in these early rounds that, unfortunately, if it stays at this sort of deficit, it's going to be difficult for Liquid to find a way back into this first map. And Camo curious once more. Well, he's trying to posture up. A little bit of an adjustment here for Heretics to address that earlier aggression. But Benji once more on the hunt. Can't avoid the drone, so will be revealed.
And again, I do want to see how he fits into this maybe on... I mean, on the defending side, it's fine. Because we felt like, I think when we watched 7 on the Veto, it was a little bit one-dimensional towards the end. But he had a great start of things, but then finding it a little bit harder to adapt deeper into it. But it works now. All good. But played very differently, it feels like. Very active, very aggressive, very first man forward, second man forward, working with Wu in synergy. This time harder to gap close on that. Couldn't quite get down towards Purpo, but certainly going to see him. Now the ult's going to come layering on top. Purpo going hunting back in. Rotations coming through. Great isolation from Purpo. And they clear through middle.
Still, we'll concede the site here. The spike hasn't made it across yet in the hands of Boo. Camo actively searching back through here. He's going to spot a ton of people.
Anything to work off it though? Minibu trying to get involved, but it's Benji to go down. Careful on those jumps there, boys. It gets a little bit dangerous. And now the clear out comes in. Boo and Rien's the last two alive. Maybe Liquid can actually clear house. Boo's done well, waiting to close out. Finally. Liquid getting a bit of a grip onto this one. Maybe starting to read some of those tendencies as how they want to approach this with Benji playing with Woot in middle.
Looking way more composed and almost there when you're expecting kind of a very volatile response to this site. Being firmly under control of Heretics. Actually, Liquid towed the line. They're able to slow things down and systematically break through this post plant.
Nice! Let's go! Let's go!
So, quite like maybe kind of subverting the expectations there of Benji kind of showing in middle with Woot pressuring in towards potentially Purpo, whoever's kind of playing towards Heaven, as we saw before, but then taking the TP out, right? Getting back to the pack, playing a 4-1 split. I wouldn't have minded that. Obviously, Liquid, though, seeming to handle it exceptionally well, but theory doesn't seem bad from Heretics, but just maybe messed up the landing a touch. Now, at this point, little bit of a glance towards the A side, but not much commitment so far.
Come back just 1 point away. Still, Liquid postured here, and actually Wayne will be spotted. Paranoia completely mitigated here.
Again,
it looked like Liquid are almost set up to go very aggressive there. Almost a set piece, but you see the position now that Purpo has to play in these sorts of rounds.
Spike drop. But this causes real issues for rotations, though, right? Like, to be fair, luckily for Liquid, they have the 3 on the right side of the map so far. Benji just going to be a nuisance in mid. But it keeps those 2 pretty far off. So if they can win the 4v3 on the site, not in a bad position. Let's see, Minibu. Timing's got to be right. That is very good, actually, having to cancel on that goer. Now they need to hold off for a second longer. Rien's going to find nothing. But they've been stalled out now.
Flash out with this dart, though.
30 seconds
Might be able to net them a kill. Does Minibu dip into the smoke?
Oh, the temptation has got to be beckoning. Got to want to do it. Minibu turning the first flash, comes back around, sprays into the smoke.
It's revealed.
But the reaction is there. Spot on. The reveal came in, but look at that mid flank. The only issue is that Camo has slipped the net, and with 13 seconds, he could be deadly. Trying to find the plant. He's not going to be able to get it in time, and now he tries to back away. But the issue is there was a wild Benji on the loose, but now... Oh, Camo again! 2 key kills, leaving just Benji alive. Unnoted thus far. Slipped through middle, but a 1v3 is a lot to do here. Flash not gonna do much there.
Camo, man.
Camo's been saving this Liquid side.
Lethal today. Absolutely insane from him. Another round. Call this one a bailout as well.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff. Again, just looking so composed in some of these high pressure situations.
Left.
A little off here with the
play
out of the smoke, but the shot to Rien's is beautiful.
Really nice.
Nice! Let's go, Camilo! Let's go! Let's go!
Hey, look,
I was going to say up to 3 now.
Yeah, it's just because in the interview, I remember them saying that it was Nats and Lohan, they're kind of discussing how they actually almost prefer these pressure games. You know, that's the VALORANT they like to play.
Honestly, that was some of the biggest cap I've ever seen. Like to see somebody sat in a Liquid jersey said, "Oh yeah, elimination games are bread and butter."
But hey, maybe it's...
I'm all for it, though.
Maybe there's some truth to this right now. I don't know, man. I'm seeing a little something to it. They seem fired up, right? Like, we don't normally see that.
Ask any Liquid fan if they like the pressure.
I don't think I could talk to a Liquid fan right now and feel like I'm not bullying them. It's not okay. You need like a blood pressure monitor on each and every one of them. For now, though, a bit of a different start, standardizing the approach initially. We do have a couple of ults here as well. Boo's got his, Comeback's got his on the other side, just Wayne's and Purpose. But a very different positioning. Maybe expecting there's now a bit of a reaction to this mid-pressure than the slip through middle that Benji pulled off. Now 3 players actually posted towards it.
Next.
And we'll explore mid here. The back of Comeback's ultimate. We'll spot out. And no real play for him in here, unless he's... I mean, Camo's going to be under a ton of pressure. Comeback, he's got 2!
How? Getting 2 there with a stinger, man. Come on. What the hell just happened?
30 seconds
You're down to 3 now. They've got the site.
Spike planted.
Sorry, Liquid fans. Again, probably not what the doctor ordered, but Camo is still alive. Here to try and keep
Look at Comeback's HP.
I mean, keep your hopes alive, potentially. 48. Obviously unconfirmed, though. That's the tough spot.
Yeah.
Doesn't know what he's done here. And Comeback waiting. Almost sacrificial in approach, but 3 kills claimed. Looking for a 4th, can't quite get it. Down to a 2v2. Time now ticking, and they have stall with Benji. They have stall with Boo. Benji on the site. Tap on the spike. Surely waiting to see that utility come in. There it is. Denial on the first attempt.
Last player
Ooh, but Nats with the angle. Who's going to do it all now? And it's not good enough. Once again, Liquid pulling it back from the brink. I've got to say, Camo is putting in a shift today.
Another round where he just has huge impact. Again, Nats as well, just able to deliver here. Comeback actually plays, but I didn't catch the other side. This from Mini Boo. Completely catching 2 members off guard here. I mean, Comeback getting 3 there with a... It's just outrageous, but...
It's just like the same sort of coin both sides around, though. It's like it feels...
They're gonna win post plan. Not a chance, boys.
Let's go, all right.
And even with a very positive start, I mean, I was about to say, just before that round, it's like, where things have slowed down, this is where we maybe explore some of the shift in ethos for Heretics in terms of this new composition and a little bit of pace to kick things off, but...
I mean, I've got to give so much credit here as well towards Lohan and the coaching staff. After that timeout, we've seen just whatever the adaptation was, whatever they've kind of switched up a little bit here, has landed so well. This has been an absolute cure to their woes. Don't get me wrong, Camo is putting in some serious work. He is actually, I'd say what, genuinely in charge of one of those 4 rounds. He's got an ace with a Sheriff. I mean,
2, maybe 3.
Then you could argue
2, maybe 3, yeah.
maybe 3 more.
I mean, Nats gets
turning those rounds.
Nats
like,
gets the 3, obviously, on that retake, but it's Camo to, well, key damage unconfirmed. But obviously that first kill, was it, I believe, Boo up on rafters, I think.
I think so.
Again, just kind of break some of that security they have once the divide falls. And again, a huge disadvantage as well. Liquid now stringing together 4 successful defusals here.
All right. Time for this one. It looks all in, direct, simplistic in approach, and Liquid just make it look all too easy.
Spike down A.
And yeah, it's a curious view. Don't worry, we'll get Barracks working again.
Back to vanilla.
We're rolling back the years, mate. Sliggy, get the pen out. Start drawing it in, yeah. Money and all. No pressure. Hopefully it'll be fixed sooner than we need to do that, but that's down to very few numbers here. Heretics starting to suffer, and Liquid starting to get more and more confident, right? Starting to feel some of this. Starting to believe it themselves, potentially. It felt like it was one-sided for quite some time.
I think Liquid definitely finding what's working for them in terms of response to some of the, again, spacing a little different to what we saw in some of those earlier rounds. Obviously the purchase not really
Let's go,
setting
boys.
Heretics up for success. Oh, knock-on effect as well. Here will be just a couple of Sheriffs to throw in the mix.
Oh, this is a... It's all now UI. Oh, we're getting treated here, Michael. Okay, we are going to stay on with what we can here. Currently 5-5 if you are just tuning in and you're wondering the score because you can't see it. 5 apiece. Benji trying to get a little bit more involved in middle, but the fight back's right here, and Liquid again coming alive. Starting to look a little bit more deadly, having some confidence beside them.
Yeah.
Maybe remembering who they are themselves. So down to 2 for Heretics. This is hard. Boo's got a sight, but it doesn't give him full control. He can't hold heaven. He can't hold the stairs. He has to decide which sort of approach he wants to work for. Can he at least facilitate a plant?
And Liquid almost read into this. They've forced Heretics to play into their hands. Boo looks as if he wants to at least shoulder this, take a peek. See if he can catch somebody in transition, but you can see Liquid just poised up. No wait on the back of Camo's ultimate to relay that information. A big investment here.
There's no way you're getting away with it. Rien's, look, you've got so many bodies to try and drop here. Yeah, not a chance in hell. Absolutely not going to happen. And at this point, Liquid have turned around this series. It started with just Camo. Everyone else is now online. We are seeing a resurgence here, and it looks damn good. Very, very impressive stuff.
Yeah, I think I don't even necessarily want to say that Heretics are forced back in their shell here, but Liquid showing that they're able to at least receive some of these pressure points that Heretics are really looking to focus again, mid being one of them, but now where they're kind of filtered into a more traditional approach towards both of these sites, they're falling very short.
Yeah,
and obviously, score being 6-5 right now as we enter round 12, assuming the purchase is back for Heretics, but...
Yeah, I was going to list off the...
Walking mid?
I mean, Benji...
Why not?
Gonna have to dip out of there. And kind of readjust a little. I quite like the slipperiness that they're trying to play with this, but it feels like Liquid's got that now.
Like I said,
that part out.
They're forcing Heretics into a more all-in approach towards sight. And as Nat's even alluded to, is like they feel confident in the retakes here.
Yeah, they certainly do. This time again, though, Wood's done well to find Camo. That's the big boy down. That's taken away the kind of, the main danger, and it's allowed for a plant to come in. So man to the good, plant in play. The retake's having to work out with, what, 4 players. This is going to be hard.
Wu could line this up perfectly. Miniboo at least isolated, but the trade is good.
Really quick trade from Nat, so it's not out of the realms of reality. 3 players now trying to storm back through towards the B site. 2 playing up on site, though, from Heretics. Oh, the timing is divine for Wayne, catching both on the turn. And now the backline's feeling worse for wear. The last 2 trying to make a stand, and they are. But can Purpo pull off the miracle here? Sad on the defuse. He's not moving. He's finally taken off. Bloody hell, it got close.
Nearly a chance here, but both shot darts will connect. We'll tie things up 6 apiece here at the halftime, Lauren.
Yeah, and we are actually going to have a little treat for you guys. We're going to be finding out how Miniboo and all of these lot are getting on in this second. We are going to now.
I just wanted something new in my life, you know, like some new challenges, and I just felt like I had other potential in the other environment. I would say just like a different environment, and not better or worse, you know, like just working with different people, learning different things, and just going forward as an individual and as a player. Why Liquid is, I think that our qualities and our vision came together similar, you know, we both want the same things, and we both, our work ethic is similar, I think. And we share the same vision together. I mean, I've been always saying that in game-wise that I don't count my brother as my brother, you know, he's just my IGL. And I think it doesn't change in this team as well. It's, you know, like I as Nuts is just IGL and he's duelist, and it doesn't matter. I think the biggest difference is outside the game, I would say. You know, like having a brother close nearby, you know, talking in your own language is also like different. But it's just like outside the game comfort, you know, like I can still see him. We met each other like a few days ago, like we live in the same city, so I wouldn't say it's gonna be a big, you know, difference or problem. I don't think you should judge like this team compared to the last team, because I think three players are different. You know, in esports there is that thing that you have to prove yourself like over and over again. Like even us in Heretics, you know, 2024 we go to the champs finals, then in 2025 like we have to prove ourselves again. Like nothing is granted, and I think the same with this team. I think that obviously we have a lot of potential, but it's just like on us whether we are gonna fulfill that potential or not. So I have high hopes, obviously, like I have high standards. I am a winner and I want to win. I want to be remembered as a guy who was like consistently winning. Yeah, I mean, I'm positive, you know, about this year.
Now the question, I guess, becomes then, who's Romulus and who's Remus in this situation, depending? You up on your history?
Not much of a golfer, unfortunately. It was
Fair
a
play.
golf reference, right?
No,
Oh.
no, not even close. But family affair here, really, though, isn't it? Right? It's a rare occasion. I think I've only ever seen it once or twice before. You ever seen?
No. And obviously here,
Certainly not in Valorant, it feels like.
Absolutely. And Alex, it was really interesting to speak to Miniboo the other day on the post plan and hear kind of his views. And even there in the interview saying, yeah, don't see him as my brother, he's my IGL.
Damn.
Which sounds cold, but it's like for a young player to kind of have that mentality for me that's a huge positive.
Yeah, and away we go. Now, Heretics gonna have to try and block. What is going on? Benji! Nah, man, it's literally like, who's doing better right now, Benji or Camo? Who can carry this one hard? Hold on, though. Woots on for a sitter, and that's the spike, so that should be kind of done here. We have one player left, and that's what, Purpo to try and put it together?
Okay.
All right, Purpo.
First.
He ain't getting a second.
Get a second.
All right, Heretics up now to 7-6.
Benji is just looking...
He's looking on it today.
Like a new man, honestly. Yeah. Again, another beautiful bait here on the back of comeback. See, previously being Woot to set that sort of thing. And again, if... What was that?
Is that what we sounded like when it happened? It probably.
Yeah.
Okay, my dearest co-streamers, 7-6. Keep it updated. All right, I believe in you. Let's see how this carries on. I'm going to have to keep tally, so the casting is going to go downhill severely. I'm like Nat's trying to IGL right now. It's my scores are something.
I'm about to start writing on the screen.
Wait, we can?
Yeah.
We actually could.
No, we've got new buttons. Don't touch it.
No, I'm going to.
No.
Which side's which?
I mean, Liquid might make a go of this round, actually.
This is all you, Chief.
I think for a minute it looked like they were just happy to give this one up. Benji gonna re-ends line into Benji to find another 3K in the second round of this half. Up to 8 now. Liquid trailing by 6.
Okay, I'm feeling brave.
By 2, sorry, at 6.
No, that's guys.
Don't make me.
Guys, what's that? It's 4-5. That's the first half. Okay, we're going for 8-6, right? So is it 8 on this side and a 6
there you
here?
go.
How are we feeling about that? Audience participation. Let me know your thoughts and feelings. How
8-6, yep.
Yeah.
There's like 8 on the right side. You haven't drawn the logo just yet, but if you were wondering, obviously, Heretics ahead by 2 here.
Oh, that's a hard
So the
logo to
purchase coming back in for Liquid. Woot now.
Got you. You're sorted.
I was going to say whether or not Nats was going to spot him. Again, Spike not committed on either side yet. Almost anticipating a little bit of aggression here. Ooh. Again, Benji already very early on here.
Oh, that's so sick on the flash combo too. They've been working on this.
Able to just happily step out onto that. Knows he has a free engagement. Another opener found for Heretics. Under 60 seconds now, and Liquid need to find a response somewhere.
I certainly do, right. I'm going to clear that off. I'm done. I'm done with my graphics.
Graphic design is my passion. Liquid, though, will regroup outside 8. Yeah, Woot still. And I don't think spotted on either side here, and actually takes the worst of that.
Oh, God, he gets
21 HP. Re-ends.
Okay, but he went back for seconds, and so did Wu, and that's gone about as badly as you could imagine. But
Not expecting
Benji's
Benji.
got a line. Benji's got a second to play with. He takes down one. He's going to know there's one on the plant, but does he expect one on the backside? No, he doesn't. Purpo just beats that expectation. So now just these 2 remaining on the other side as well. Look how far away the rotation is. That flank is a mile off for comeback. They've still got a little bit of time to play with.
Yeah, I mean, still lots of time to play with here. But Comeback needs to get a clean engagement here on the flank. Who obviously still considering his approach. Camo's got to be so careful.
He's tucked safe-ish. Oh, not that safe, and now it's on Purpo's shoulders. 1v1, Boo then trying to just get there, trying to get there as fast as he can. And
no time. Oh, no time, no time.
You are so confident.
I'm so confident. The blip didn't bloop. Nice try from Boot. Then Comeback, maybe an opportunity to reset after that first kill, but I think probably a little bit of a jump scare for him.
Yep.
Again, Boo just can't close the gap to be able to find even a scenario where they can trade this effectively. Benji slipping the net here, finds Nats, but like you noted as well, maybe just a slight overheat. Not considering another player there.
We're at 8-7 now, in favor to Heretics still. This gap's closing in.
My eyes are down.
And we'll obviously try and figure the purchase out as we go, but obviously everybody falling from the previous round. So there will be gaps. We'll find Nats this time. Again, interestingly enough, this was the default that we saw in the previous round that was Liquid anticipating some aggression, and here Nats will fall to it. Or solo Endeavor as well from Voot.
Yeah, it's surprising he got away with it again and actually got the kill this time, though. That's the bit that surprised me, because they punished him on that before. A bit of a mid-walk, but Benji on the case. Doesn't have too much help, but he can obviously dip away. I think that might have been her. Wayne's very aware, at least, of this. Going to re-smoke that up, but it's now kind of forced him on towards that B side of the map. So if they continue this way, and then look at the push-up on the A side as well. They've got good info on this. Right place for it. So come back and stay posted here. 3v4 on the site, pretty much. Now here, that was pretty ambitious, but it's worked out well. I mean, Camo's managed to skip through towards site, so fair play, and now it's getting a bit weird and a bit messy, but Benji is doing damage, but he can't do enough. There's only so much he can do. Now, you look at the other two who are really far away. They were sat pushed out towards A main. Now they're on that long road back. So Rien's and Woot here going to try and put this one together. Got two to locate, and they've been pretty heavy hitters here. Wayne on the other side.
Wayne's in a very risky position, though. Can be isolated here. Needs to find his headshot.
Messy work. Luckily, Purpo helps him out, but Purpo lost in the source. Completely unexpecting what's happening, so Heretics get another step in the right direction, moving up at 9-7. Is it your turn to do? What's that?
9-7. What's the score?
I just think the 7 could be better.
Well, actually, on the other side, Nats had an opportunity to find that, or at least spot the information. Maybe make a decision elsewhere. Again, what kind of the ideal situation is for Liquid there in terms of expecting aggression and very quickly getting themselves into a position to make moves elsewhere. I think Boo probably could have been a little bit at the end of that round. Lots to consider here in a timeout that I assume is Liquid's.
If I turn around,
there's a big horse. Big horse.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah, not necessarily looking as if they've got their finger on the pulse here in the second half. Again, a little bit of a split focus, but obviously the funds haven't necessarily stabilized for them. I can only assume.
Can we press? No, there's no real way to see it, is there?
No.
I'm trying to think
no,
if there's any singular way to show
completely sold them short there.
Yeah.
Because that scoreboard doesn't exist here.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Is there a way to get just like the normal game HUD observers? That'd be kind of cool. I don't know. You know what? I shouldn't say this on air. I'm not putting you on the spot. I don't mean to be mean. It's not you guys. But like, be kind of helpful. Anyway. For now, if you are just tuning in, it is 9-7 in favor to Heretics.
Oh, Wayne may be setting up a TP here.
Are we doing a little something? What are we up to? What are we up to, Wayne? Where are we going?
Cover going out.
I think we just saw on the X-ray, though, is when Benji was on the other side of that. Looking fairly one-dimensional from Liquid on the way in here.
Ooh, caught that time, though. Comeback, I mean, kind of got away with that angle before. This time, certainly going to be punished way cleaner. And it's Boo having to respect this now. Oh, going to come in.
Did that connect? Yeah, I think it did.
Yes, it did. Rien's dishing it out.
Oh, nearly.
I mean, I thought he was on for a sitter there, catching some more, but it's caused a bit of a problem. And, well, speaking of problems, where's that second string? There it is. Camo on leash today. 3 key kills. I'd say keep it on a pistol, but he's been great in the rifles as well. So just Rien's with 3 to locate.
Oh my God, man.
What an absolute mad game from this man.
That was absolutely insane. Once more from Camo. Pixel perfect with the pistol. And just a beautiful crunch here. Getting the near side taking effect as well. The shot to Boo is just
But don't play with the
sublime.
gun, actually. Just play with this.
Hey, look, I was trying to at least give him some
well, I mean, yeah.
No, not to say
And
that.
IGL sees that Stagram.
Jordan, that's quite
Dropping that rifle, dropping that rifle, yeah.
You're good,
This is
you're
really going to help our
good, bro.
economy, actually. So the purchase here will be just a couple of Sheriffs, 4 Heretics, rifles across the board, but Nat's still with a scope.
So we can see the finances here, but on the other screen. At 9 to 8. I mean, it's actually a pretty rough predicament for both sides. No one able to particularly build up much funding behind them, back and forth the whole way, and we've been seeing how close these rounds have been getting. Turning that around with just the new pistol is already ridiculous, but Rienz wants to go as well.
It's a pistol day.
Apparently.
People are just landing.
Just hitting shots.
Spike planted.
Spike will go in, though. They do have some ultimates to work with here, Liquid. Crucial kill, though, potentially.
So close.
Comes out worse off in that engagement.
Yeah, needs the rest of the team now to kind of get active in this. Nats needs to be aware that he's about to get flooded. He's got Purpo to help him out here, which should be enough. Yeah, between the two of them. A little bit late to the party there, Boo, but does at least get the classic going. But by now, Liquid just have numbers. They have timing. It would need nothing short of a miracle. Miracle re-ends is what I'm saying, not just average. That's the one we wanted. It's too late. Wayne, lovely, good work there. Team Liquid tying us up at 9 apiece.
Starting to build a little bit of momentum here. As I said, Camo, Wayne and Nats all with ultimates to play with. Miniboo not too far away. Obviously, Heretics will have an opportunity to buy back in here. Potentially going to see comeback on the operator if Heretics can make anything work around that.
Okay, I am back in the game, boys.
Wayne feeling like he's showing up here just for round 19. Back in the game.
Back in the game. Oh.
Back with a HUD.
Back with a HUD. Oh, it's sticking around. Perma-HUD.
The perma-HUD.
Oh, hey! Who knows what we're in for here today? Do not trust it. We'll keep you up to date.
Liquid picking up the pace, yeah.
Super, super direct. Maybe just building off the ults and deep exploration from Camo there. So they've taken full side control. Miniboo trying to be that second string to the bow almost, allowing for the plant. No one able to flood back through. So they can fall away and sit into the post plant. Ult-wise, yeah, you got Nats and Wayne, but not exactly instigators. It's Woot that I'm looking at.
I was going to say, issue being Woot has a huge tool to be able to get something going here and potentially will connect onto 2.
But I think it's kind of just set up Camo again. Oh, look at this, Liquid! There they are. This is the team that should absolutely strike terror into your hearts.
I know exactly.
Has come back trying to backpedal away. Catches one on Camo.
Time to jump.
But that's about it. And again, HUD is a little slow, but what isn't was the pace coming out from Liquid up to 10 to 9.
Yeah, I mean, finding double digits here. Talking about the momentum, another round indicative of Liquid. Really riding that wave, Lauren. Miniboo and Camo in unison. Nats to seal the deal and find comeback, and again, a little bit of energy from the coach booth. So we will have a timeout here called by Heretics just to take stock, because this seems to have tipped in Liquid's favor in the last few 4 or 5 rounds.
Yeah. 3 in succession for Liquid now. So it does feel as though we are now into that kind of tilting point, right? And sadly, and I guess more importantly, we're at double digits, so you can't afford to wait any later. And it is only looking like Sheriff's potentially coming out for the Heretic side, so that could be another factor in this. However, they will have quite a few ults potentially there. Boo's going to have his, I think. Come back again. I say this with slight pause for hesitation, but I'm looking at the other screen.
I'm sending. Yeah, I'm sending. He's got his ult.
Yeah, Benji one off as well. So there's a couple of key ults here that could give Heretics a little bit more of an opportunity into this round, but again, have to wait and see.
A concern being, well, maybe seeing comeback consider investment here. I was going to say, if they lose this, obviously Liquid have effectively a buffer to buy out again, depending how clean, but be very surprised if really Liquid are left hurting here, even if Heretics equalize. But 4 sheriffs and a rifle. Call it, 4 comeback. Looks like maybe a set piece out to address the default.
Okay,
I mean, the reveal is huge and Wayne will fall.
It's a really nice plan. I love it when teams do this, when they're willing to take a little bit more of a gamble on it, try and make a set piece work out, and it's been such a reward taking away Wayne. Now can they deal with that maybe sight hit that could be coming? I don't know.
Well, Wayne had just got into the game, remember?
Yeah.
Let's see if Liquid can find a response here. Nats eager to try and equalize. We'll catch a glimpse, but no connection found.
There.
Elsewhere, you can see exploration outside B here, so Heretics really looking to take a lot of space away from Liquid, and the confirmation will come now that actually the focus must be towards A.
For this angle. And second too early, but in the side we go, and the commitment! Rien slows on for a second, but the spacing on this! It's dreamy work for Camo.
Left.
Weapon here.
Perfectly placed, poised and patient. Leaving Benji and Boo with a long way back. I think they know that.
And Boo still with just a classic. So Benji a chance to do some damage here, but you got to assume not to recover. Mini Boo and Nats will clean up. 11 on the board for Liquid. Camo continuing to take strides for Liquid here. 24 kills on the board now. And again, we made the comment earlier, just pivotal in terms of some of these rounds. Not necessarily from an individual effort. This is all in from Liquid, right? Really well considered approach, but again, he's always the front man. He just continues to deliver.
One enemy remaining.
Nice!
Him and Mini Boo just putting in absolute work.
Credit where it's due, they look good.
Yeah.
They look really good. 11-9 now. Heretics, this is hopefully what that timeout was for, right? This round here should be what it's building to. And we're going to have to take the way out.
Again, this is one of those sort of receptive defaults from Liquid, anticipating Heretics trying to make some moves. Again, the set pieces have looked good from Heretics. Talked about the pistols. Some of these early round engagements have certainly packed a punch.
Take flight.
Liquid almost leaning into that by leaving 3 members outside A this time. It was previously Nats to try and police that space, but
they're having to give up so much space on this site now. Playing
perfect timing now for the ult to be popped, actually leaving not A wide open, but an opportunity for sure.
Look at the TP towards the back, right? So that's in play. You're going to see the eyes turn towards it. Comeback delivers, takes away Nats, and now they're right amongst them. Wayne's being a nuisance just because he is so deep on towards this. They've also kind of given up this CT side. Good trade for Woot, but there is still an issue of the fact of Wayne. How much can one man do?
Oh!
That's what he can do! Left to stand on his own 2 feet, but now into 2v2. The plant is in.
And Mini Boo here, getting curious. Might just catch his brother. Absolutely does. Leaves Benji in the clutch.
Benji, Purpo and Mini Boo to locate. Cautious steps forward, a tap on the spike to try and call them closer. That's one spotted. Great shot, can't quite correct it in time. Another tap, trying to draw him in. Mini Boo, he's waiting. So patient about this, toying with him. Benji, time is running out here.
He's got the half though.
He actually does! He's got the kill! It's close, Mike!
Oh my God!
He's down close!
Mini Boo trying to bait Benji out there. The confirmation on the first tap. But Benji ice cold once more. Again, a really well constructed round from Liquid. Making a ton of good decisions. Again, just the last one here, Purpo and Mini Boo a little off. It being this early on in the post plant.
Yeah.
Again, you want to see a double swing there, not just one to buy time, maybe leave one in the clutch.
Shit.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I think you were like, nah, he's not got that one. Oh my God, wait, hold on. They're right off the rip again. What is this tempo we're seeing? Is EMEA getting exciting, Michael? Are we finally getting good games here? I feel like these two, I didn't know where to place them until now, but suddenly we're getting like high quality games coming out. And straight in towards A though, Nats can play around in middle, but it's on towards Camo, taking the space here.
Beautiful.
Going to have the Hunter's Fury, that's 2 noted. Nats does get Boo down, but the site's going to be taken. Already come back, trying to slice through again. Answer back in his own way, 4v4. Camo then layers in. Rienz does get away with his life.
Go. Just gonna say, wait, you gotta be careful.
Oh, the timing on the swing there. Heretics suddenly finding their own sort of fire. And Benji closing down. We're not over yet. We're going all the way here, 11-11.
Couple of members of Heretics now stepping up, shining under this pressure.
Enemy down.
Even here with another situation where you feel Liquid are in the driving seat in terms of the early round. Oh, beautiful stuff from Wu. And Camo unfortunately left a little too disconnected there. Another lip reading moment. All tied up now. Again, funds still something in the bank for Liquid. Heretics going to be struggling behind this for 2 members at least if they concede round 23. Hunter's Fury available, Divide available for Heretics. On the other side, nothing on the cards for Liquid.
Benji, that's a lot of players. Here comes Woot. And does he get out of there? Does he manage to back away? Boo! Sets up Boo, the 1-2 punch. But Purpo still being able to stay alive. Wait, how did he get comeback there too? Hold on, that's not great because they know Benji was around.
Or maybe just spotted there, didn't see a ping come through, but now we'll get the confirmation. Benji will have to retreat. Liquid, good read on the situation here. Will bait out the Hunter's Fury as well. So Miniboo not going to take any damage in this situation and a chance to get a clean plant.
In the post plant, okay, Nat sitting super deep. We've got Miniboo and Purpo on the site. No ults to play with Re-enter 2 shock darts, that's kind of it. So guns out, and we've been seeing some big boy aim here. Woot the first one in, gonna take those steps forward. Benji side by side. Benji on the swing, Miniboo should be spotted. They're trying to play in Purpo here, and it's worked wonders, leaving just Re-ent in a 1v3. 12 beckoning for Team Liquid. 1 kill away now. Re-ents as close as you get, it ain't close enough. 12 on the board.
Beautiful stuff. Liquid slipping into a very comfortable post plant here. Miniboo getting a little cooler under the pressure here, able to bait Purpo in perfectly. I think at the same time, Nat's finding a kill from the backlines, but Purpo, 2 crucial kills to swing this back into a position where they can still hit B site. Miniboo really impressing me today. Again, there's been some question marks. We've seen, again, a couple of very good individual performances, but here, doing so much work for Liquid alongside Camo, as we've already mentioned.
But look at the buy. Look at what Heretics have to fight with, Mike.
I was saying, yeah, two we're going to be struggling bad after this.
What's the game plan? What you got in mind for this final hold on the things? Can you take this OT?
That's solid up.
As you do, man. As you do. Well, at least it's not the waylay. That's fine. Our drone. That's pretty much confirmation.
That's a ton of info, yeah.
Yeah, so do we see a reaction yet? They've got 2 players in middle who might need to start getting involved here. There's going to be the paranoia coming in. Miniboo, front of the line, takes away Re-ents. Swing then in from Boo does well to try and keep it in touching distance. But the site's lost. Plants coming in. Liquid now so close.
Still 3 members of Heretics here, but Wu only with a pistol. Does have his ultimate, so a chance to get something going here in terms of this retake.
Comeback has to be the hitter though, right? Like, where's the ult gonna come down, set him up, try and succeed, and he fails! It's Miniboo finding comeback, Woot trying to get it going, but of course, Camo to close! An absolutely blistering series so far from Camo, but what a map one, 13-11. This has been outstanding. Hopefully the rest of the series keeps up to this sort of caliber.
So you are 1 map away from actually continuing your lower bracket run. You're playing on the stage against your brother. Your family is sitting in the crowd. How does it feel to have such a close match?
I mean, I think this is like one of the most exciting matches of my life. You know, like it's pretty like a lot on the stake. I'm playing against my friends and my brother actually. So I mean, I'm stressed, but I think it's normal to be stressed. But you know, I'm happy how the way we're playing the first map, and I think the second map is gonna be even better, although it's their map pick.
All right, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna let you go as well. We're gonna be heading over to a break, and we'll be back with the second map of the series, so don't go anywhere.
Your body knows. A sense of victory. Seized when mind, movement, and gear ignite as one. Now, step into your zone. Designed to win.
Wingman World while what?
Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
Wingman World while wanting a well-won break. Let's go!
Red Bull gives you wings.
틱틱 boom 문을 차고 있죠 이건 데자부 이미 와본 걸까 내 성공을 전부 담긴 그릇이 작아 I can't lose 점수 그건 의미 없는 숫자 내 열의 top 10 거는 식당 해골로 채운 옷장 전부 대스탁 상시주의 red dot 경고는 없어 better not 난 사방에 다 뿌린지 마치 red hot
Tough guy 더 혀꼬여서 도망가 이제는 시시해 gunfight I brought a blade They forgot to shave that just a wall 맛보게 fade 빛이 보여 네 bandits 끝없는 내 rampage 이게 나니까 절대 can't change 내겐 없어 plan B 오직 plan A 바꿔 pain every champion into champagne Broken and bruised What's left to lose Here on the edge All forever If I never leave
Bad moments are only about not even regretting something.
Every lowest moment that I kinda hit, I just like stand up, insta grind, you know, I just push through, you know. success needs to come, you know.
BBL! You have absolutely called our right tonight.
There's no such a team that we are afraid of. I think they should be afraid of us.
Valorant all the time. Like, Valorant is everything for me, you know. There was no other option for me than becoming the best.
Qualify for Santiago is the main goal for me. There's no easy games and everyone deserves to be here, but that's also what makes it fun, right?
There's so many trophies behind my back, and I want to beat anyone. If it means I have to beat my former teammates, it might be sad to beat your friends, but it's okay.
Team Heretics is used to playing in the lower bracket, and we're always going to be one of the best teams in Europe.
Team Heretics are under.
We can handle the hard moments, and this is another hard moment for us.
Team Liquid, one bullet to the head is all it takes.
There has been a change in the beast composition. Is there more down to the breach being unfavorable in this meta or to comfortability? Guys, can we use normal words? I mean, I'm just playing to our strengths, that's it. We changed a lot this week, and yeah, we're just playing more around our strengths. I think everyone is playing comfortable agents, things they're comfortable with, and I think...
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Simple as that. We play our game.
That's what, you know? That's it.
They're playing what they're comfortable with. It didn't work out in their favor, as well as do manage to close out Abyss after a questionable venture that we've seen on it against KC. So good things showing out from the side of Team Liquid, but also Heretics on the other side of things. I think a lot of the players as well stepped up to the plate, and I think for me personally, Billy, this was a lot closer than I expected it to be.
Yeah, definitely. I think especially when you consider Team Heretics winning both the pistols and then losing out on the map, it's really frustrating when you end up seeing that happen. But to touch on Team Liquid's composition change, I think that this is what we wanted to see from them. I think that previously having that breach in Tejo, we were kind of like, you're playing in Abyss without a Sova. I feel like that's kind
Tom
of
really likes the
mandatory.
breach.
Yeah. So yeah, I think
a lot of comfortability on it.
They've not steered away to anything that's like too crazy. I think if anything, they've gone to a composition that should work from them. And I like as well that we're seeing Camo being on that perma Yoru. It seems like they're kind of having Purple on the initiator now, and Camo's the secondary duelist, which I feel like going forward should be Team Liquid's identity.
Well, it's like, I feel like both teams shifted to a more meta comp on this map, but then you start to see some of the problems with Heretics I think we saw all the way through, where it's like, okay, comeback, we hadn't had him on Yoru yet, mainly because I felt like it wasn't a comfortable pick. It didn't look particularly comfortable. And then you put Woot on the Waylay as that kind of switch, and I was a little bit surprised by that. Like, I understand, I think with comeback still feeling out a lot of different agents, I do think Waylay's been one of the okay ones so far. So to swap those over, and both of them just looked a little bit lost in comparison to the other two. Like, you look at Camo and Miniboo taking the space, and Camo then just killing everyone. Like, that was the game. That was how most of the map went.
And it wasn't even with rifles half the time. He did it with a bandit, he did it with the sheriff. Like, he was just... And you know what? Camo's one of those players on this Team Liquid roster that can just turn up in moments like that and have individual rounds.
Yeah, but we're going to buy next, and that's where we kind of have to dissect this agent. This time around, we're not letting the casters do it. We're actually going to do our job. So, Tom, I see you have a little raise in your eyebrow. Like,
well, yeah, they're going really into the double duelist. Like, Miniboo now switching over to the Neon. You've got the Waylay coming through as well. So they really want to try and get that double dive in. I'm interested by the Neon a lot. Definitely not one of the more popular duelists on this map. So how he's going to be taking space, I think, is going to be critical. On the other side of things, yeah, they're kind of stuck to what they know. It was a composition that worked, but I'm very, very intrigued by the Neon Waylay bind.
Yeah, I'm really confused why they've gone with Miniboo on Neon, but also I don't mind it too much because I think if you have Camo on the Waylay, you're kind of maybe expecting Miniboo to be a bit more self-sufficient, because realistically, you have the Sky and the Waylay to help you be able to enter into sight. I really do just see Miniboo running it down here, and obviously fast rotations being on the Neon.
Yeah, I still think you could have lent into the Yoru. I feel like the TP alongside the dive feels a little more comfortable than the slide through tight chokes, which this map is all about. I do think on defense, his stuns are going to be quite valuable, so maybe that's the thought process, that he can have the operator and he can slow everybody on the other side, but they are kicking things off on the attack, and I think that might be a bit tougher than running, say, a Raze or a Yoru.
Yeah. Boo did say that this was going to be even more exciting than Abyss, even
it's exciting.
Though it is Heretics mapping. So far his words do remain true.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see it. I think, like, this is what I've been saying, though. Like, Team Liquid, it doesn't surprise me that they come into this stage of kickoff and just decide to throw everything out there and be like, do you know what, let's switch things up.
Exciting doesn't mean good.
Well, we'll let the caster decide that, because, you know, maybe they can give us some insight about whether exciting means good. So, Pansy, Hypok, are we excited?
I am filled with joy. Absolutely and utterly exciting means good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, the worst thing you want to see here is both teams show up to the series today and continue with some of the issues we've seen, especially on the side of Liquid. I mean, that's a very exciting map one, all things considered. Their ability to be very resilient in a situation where it felt like Heretics came with a great game plan to Abyss.
And they had the individuals showing up as well. We had great looks coming out from Heretics, but it wasn't enough. Team Liquid, map one under the belt. Going in, though, to Heretics' map choice of Bind. But a new look coming out for them, some new agents coming in here. Is this the switch up? They can get this one done. Let's see if Liquid can get this done in two. Do you believe in that?
I mean, I do believe now, yeah, seeing what... Again, an isolated incident in terms of KC being the common denominator for both of these teams, but overall, Liquid just looks so much better in terms of confidence in their fundamentals, which has been something that's been specifically lacking from previous series. I was going to say, Benji nearly catching somebody.
3 in spawn. They're just waiting for contact, I guess, maybe assuming it is this all-in, and then just going to rotate off the back of it, maybe just trying to read into the comp they're playing up against. There isn't going to be many kind of false punches or feints in this. It is going to be very direct, and it's worked well thus far. Heretics absolutely storming the house again. Whipping Nats and Mini Boo. Easy. Now just Nats in a 1v3. It spikes in a bit of a tricky spot here, Michael.
Yes.
Yes.
This would require a miracle. Like Nats, known to be previously, catches side of one here. Is that catching a woo?
He's reading this really damn well.
Gets the spot in a second, I'm pretty sure that.
If anyone could do it, you would believe in this man. Should hear this. He has got a spike in 38 seconds, but can he get away? Yes, he can. Nats is doing really well here.
Plenty of time to get this plant down as well. Potentially a chance to reset comfortably before anybody can really crest through spawn. Rien's down to 20 HP as well. Boo's still pretty healthy and with a light shield. That does disengage entirely here.
God, does he go around the world? How does he want to do this? Options found again. Nats, though, 1v1 now, and the HP is lower on his side. Up against Boo. Toying with him, testing him. Got to be careful, one bullet might be the death of him. He has to play this right. He's taking a second guess, he's trying to play with the time here. Nats might be on for an absolute heater here, plays it to perfection! You have just witnessed a master at work! A Red Bull clutch to start it all, and no one else could have done that.
Like I said, historically a miracle worker in his own right. What a pistol round to open the second map here from Nats. Absolutely surgical. Again, even at the end here, playing the timings perfectly. Reads Boo like an open book.
He's good at this game, he's on Nats, and he's good
Still just insane.
And he can fully focus on just what's in front of him. You see it every single time. And it looked like it was going to be a Showers crunch. Woo does not a great shot on camo, but obviously all trades favorable thus far towards Liquid. Oop. Trying to go for a little walkout here. So testing him. And Liquid just kind of freezing for a second. Probably the right call here. Make sure they don't walk into any naughtiness. It depends how long they're willing to wait, I guess, then becomes the question.
And already reading the situation perfectly. Nats, timing's not there. Could be threat here.
Yeah, when do any of them check? Do they check? There are a lot of bodies, and a lot of bodies to drop now, but luckily Wayne and Nat's doing damage, and it's safe. 3 stay alive, and Liquid get their second.
Looked a little dicey there. Nats gives up the angle. Miniboo gives up the angle as well. Even so, I think Nat's still got a kill there, even on the transition back into site. Miniboo gifted with that kill.
One enemy remaining.
Again, the timing perfect here for Liquid. Then to clean up. Rifles will obviously come back for Heretics here. A Bucky in hand for Camo, so... Gonna maybe look for something a little cheeky here to start round 3.
Yeah, I want to see if they have something more direct again. Yeah, it looks very singular in approach. Benji, the one to be tested. First has his 1v1. There's the combo. There's that 1-2 punch, and it lands. Man, their heads are going to be ringing after this. Whole new look to Liquid here. Where has this team been? And Riens can only do so much. There was just bodies after bodies. Mike, they are on the same page today.
I mean, the spacing once more looking great in some of these very rehearsed set pieces. Initially concerns obviously around the composition that Desk were highlighting, but again, if they can continue you sort of bait and switch between Camo and Miniboo, it's looking really well drilled.
God, that was impressive.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed with
the
this.
catch on the TP as well.
Sick. Absolutely sick. But you can just see, like, be able to see the plans in motion, seeing that spacing better, the trading better, the synergy. It feels like they've kind of fixed a lot of those kind of, it feels like core problems, not, you know, the strats or the pre-made plans, but just like conceptually playing well together is something that's not been in the Liquid, I guess, repertoire in a minute. Yeah, it just feels like it's been lacking a little bit, and we were waiting to see if that was ever going to work out. Obviously, new players coming in, new, you know, ways to work. There was a lot of question marks around it, but today they look solid. And obviously for Heretics, a rough start here in map 2.
Bonus conversion certainly a tough pill to swallow. Not necessarily going to be much of an opportunity here to follow that, but we'll see some investment here. A couple of Sheriffs, rifle in the hands of Woot. Riens as well, potential to do some damage, but again with 4 light shields, that's an opportunity to punish. Comeback, nearly caught. Down to 21 HP.
Lucky to be breathing at this point. Does get to reset with the rest towards showers, but obviously then leaving B looking a little bit more vulnerable. Clearing cautiously towards long, the flash going to connect, but still Camo erring on the side of caution. Wants to get the full picture before committing towards either side of this map. And it was a long rotation, but they do have now 4 players near on this B site.
Still held out. Rotation, as you noted, already in effect here for Heretics, but huge disadvantage if Liquid just decide to bulldoze onto site here, which looks like it might be the plan for them.
Great stall. Really nice stall out. Now, this should be very telling of how many bodies are on this side of the map. So they take the get out of jail free card, which is probably the best bet. They had Nats on this side of the map anyway. It will be Wu waiting. Does have the rifle, but no opportunity. Camo is just doing bits, man. Does go down a comeback, but again, you're down to very few players. Maybe a little too far there from Miniboo.
Spike planted.
And now giving Riens an opportunity, but that opportunity is limited. Threadbare at best, but Riens making something of it. Still has the wingman too, so could apply a bit of pressure to this.
I don't think Purpo is going to be considered in this position though. And will be cancelled out. So no freebie for Riens. And no information either on the back of that, because it's the molly, obviously a deep position noted, but Purpo still unknown. The swing perfect here from Liquid. A 4-0 start to bind.
Crossing the T's, dotting the I's, they are doing everything right. Yeah, a little costly in that round, but Heretics did try and get a little bit cheeky with it. Fair play, you're going to get a couple casualties. But by all rights, they are doing excellent work here on Liquid. You're looking at the ults as well, they are now knocking at the door. Have 2 ready to go, Camos, obviously from this round you can see exactly why. Nats had his probably quite early, to be fair. He's been doing wonders. But 2 away from Miniboo's. Purpo's only 2 off as well. So a couple of key ults there, very nearby. Similar scenes for Heretics, and now might be the chance to use them.
Information at least gathered on short here, but it looks like it might be a quick all-in piece here from Liquid on the back of the dog.
But the lack of dealing with it from sight potentially does tell you where Heretics are currently sitting. Now, Benji's done well to take away Camo. Can they layer into this? Right, they can. Purple and Wayne putting bodies on the line and simply doing well. Liquid just flooding sights in great synergy. Boo trying to get the best of Mini Boo, not gonna happen. Younger brother doing well here. Wooten comebacks options dwindling.
Very limited. And Liquid completely disconnected here. Two posted up pretty deep and a little bit of post plant here potentially from Wayne. And Molly will go in. Good stall initially.
Yeah.
And just reducing the options even further for Heretics.
Man, and they're just getting toyed with. It feels almost hard to watch, right? Look, one side swung from the other. Comebacks tried, but the time's simply gone. Too many players to find. He knows it. He's out of there. Liquid eyeing up this 5th round. And deservedly so. The way they are playing is what we've wanted to see from this team this entire year so far.
Back to the same statement once more. Just looking so well drilled. The prep, see, addressing some of the issues we've seen. And again, with Lohan talking about the identity that they really want to try and captivate and become very comfortable in. We're seeing many examples already today from map 1 here and the opening of Bind in terms of Camo and Mini Boo. See Purpo alongside that for sure, setting things in motion, but they're looking so comfortable on the front lines.
And as much as map 1 was a really good map to watch from our perspective, right? Like as a viewer, as a caster, as someone just watching, yes, for Heretics, it was a really good look. They had some brilliant moments, but they still lost, right? So it's very hard to pick yourself up, continue that confidence, come back in on a map that's historically been Nats's playground, or one of his, iconic maps.
Signature.
So you do start to feel like maybe you're up against it a bit. You're starting to feel a little bit more of that pressure. I can't tell you enough. This is a elimination game between these two. Only one can carry on. That is it. And even then, you're not particularly safe. But you have to get past this hurdle. So you talk about pressure and confidence. For Heretics, we saw it in map 1. They came out, I think, with a pass in my eyes. It was a great game. It was a close game. I'm not seeing that here. They look a little bit behind the curve. They're not quite as, present in this. Well-made plans as much. So I do worry they might start to feel this more.
And Boo yet to get on the board. It's in 0-5, and again, Benji with having an explosive start to map 1.
Launching smoke.
Trending fairly similar. We were able to deny the dog at least. Camo going forward once more. Oh. We're actually going to land the shot here. Again, good for the trade.
So quick on the pace there. Almost sacrificial in a way. Happy to just go for it. Make sure it's traded out. Boo's
burning.
I mean, how's he gone away with one? But again, Mini Boo right there again. You don't get a body without one being dropped right back. Mini Boo just tearing him up now. Come back. Had the Vandal for a second. Man, we're on for an exit. No.
What?
All right, Benji.
What was that shot?
You got a 1v2 though? Nah, you don't, Liquid. Quick to make up for any sort of possibility. That's 6-0, man.
I feel like the most times we've seen Nat smile in a single series so far.
What a weight off his shoulders. If you're starting to see the stars align, all the things you've been working on as an IGL, that's got to feel fantastic.
Like I said, because this takes a lot of the pressure off him. This was that shot.
Damn.
Okay.
Nice! Domi!
But again, you give Nats as a player just some freedom to go and wreak havoc.
Let him work a bit, right?
Yeah, the silent killer, time and time again. So like I said, this isn't necessarily reactive. Liquid have a game plan. You can see they've worked on a lot of these synergies, a lot of these set pieces, and they're really intricate, but executed so well.
And they have faith in it, it looks like. Willing to put body on the line, willing to play behind it, which suits this meta very nicely. But look at the space that Mini Boo's gathered. Bloody hell, they've bitten on this one. Hook, line, and sinker. I mean, that's also going to potentially catch 2 players. And so that's 2 ults coming out from Heretics. A third lined up. And again, that spike can just head the other side of the map here. Nats going to go back in. The pit is dropping. Oh, but he's still got one. Of course he does. How's it? Oh, come on! Iconic in position, iconic in nature. This is still his playground, and Mini Boo's keeping him at bay. Beautiful to witness. This is miraculous.
It is just fantastic to watch a team play like this, especially with some of the concerning performances we've seen. Looking in total control. 7-0 lead, Nats. Just, I mean, what an adjustment to find Boo on the second. Again, Mini Boo tempering this aggression. I say, we're talking about some of the experience on display from such a young player who's been through a fairly rough journey.
Yes. God, he was...
Been the scapegoat a few times and showing him able to... I mean, he was talking when we were discussing previously on the post-play, saying, yeah, I'm feeling way more comfortable in this roster, and that kind of is in turn making me more confident to make my own decisions and play my own game. But you play the game the way that he wants to play, as opposed to, again, whether or not there was any pressure previously in terms of...
the system didn't work for him. It is fantastic to see for Mini Boo to find his own footing here and kind of show that, you know, he can work in other rosters as well, and out on his own, he's proving that value there. And again, you've got a great IGL to go to. You've got Nats ready to go, building him into a great player. You've got good supporting systems. I mean, Camo's been outstanding. You look at it, it's not all on his shoulders now. There is a lot of kind of strain shared across the team. The Heretics' second timeout burnt, so needing a solution and needing it now. They're watching their chance of Santiago slip through their fingertips here.
It's almost a dot on the horizon at this point.
Yeah.
7 rounds behind Liquid here. On bind, Nats. He's going to try and manipulate the finances here as best he can. Does have a scope and only light shields on the other side. Some investment, yes. Camo. Flash through. Actually dealt with here. Wayne's found Benji.
Oh,
Camo's going to shut down Rians as well.
Yeah, so hard to pin down these boys. You got Wu then trying to just play into this, but there's not a single fight you're going to have, man. This is just a shutdown.
It's all encompassing. Liquid are just reading the map so well. And again, know when to go aggressive. We've seen them back away from some of these stacks here.
They want that gun gone. Yeah. They want to punish, and they are. It is a clean slate performance. An in-zone flawless scoreline and in round at this point. And as you said, you rarely see those smiles from Nats, but he hasn't stopped beaming the whole time.
Like a Cheshire cat.
It's got to feel so good after what's been an incredibly tough start to the year for them. I think a lot of us having question marks, and how will they backfill such a loss of a player that they had as well? And as it stands, it's all sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah. Obviously, Heretics burning up both timeouts now, so we're effectively in limbo. Got to rely on the calls in game here. Comeback forced off very early. And still ultimates to play with here for Heretics. Benji, Boo, and comeback. Speaking of Benji.
They need a hero. He was before in a position to potentially do something filthy.
Now here's a test of the reads once more for Liquid.
I mean, you can see it, but he's still going to do damage. Great work from Benji. Gonna at least drop a couple bodies, try and put in a shift for himself. Ruth waiting, gonna try and play this out. Has he been spotted? He absolutely has! Mini Boo dancing around! It is a 3v3, so it's probably the closest we've seen yet.
And Boo still with an ultimate. Not much in terms of tools here for Liquid, but a flash to work with from Purpo.
Right here. Molly.
Molly sent in, gonna try and actually clear out here.
Yeah, but
no
look at
connection
this position.
though.
Yeah, post plant still secure, still safe. That's towards long, 2 towards that elbow side. Big boy shot from Nats! What is this? Boo in a 1v3. Gonna at least behead one of them. But he's still got 2 more to find, and it feels impossible. Look at the reposition from Mini Boo as well. Oh man, this feels brutal. Boo up and over, at least gonna find one. Still trying to put on the good fight here. Purpo plays it as well as he could. Time is gone. The clean slate continues.
Just getting away. Maybe to put some numbers up here, but unfortunately, it's not a round on the board. 9 for Liquid now. Again, just another so well considered approach here. Mini Boo running rings around Wu. And Nash just looking, I mean, just so methodical. Just easy pickings for him. Round 10, again, the finances just shattered on the side of Heretics. The pit finally invested here for Benji. He's got a Guardian to try and make that work.
Whoa.
Nats trying to catch a punish on the orb, but Liquid happy to sit behind this for the time being.
I'm going to try and clear through. They're kind of regrouping here. Hold on. What do they have to even clear into this? I mean, Purpo's still got some kit, I guess? Yeah, okay, so it is on Purpo. Going to spot one close. Camo goes in, but can't get out. Comeback. Going to deal the first blow, and there we go. Oh, on top of that, he's going to force him away, but they're still going to make at least a bit of a fight about this one. Rienz is lucky to be breathing at this point. It is messy here.
Ton of damage done as well. Look at Benji and Comeback's HP. Nats now looking to try and find something on the back of this pressure. Everybody from Liquid headed this way as well.
Oh, shot and a half. But they're picking away at these players, but there's still 3 bodies in this pit. This is still a lot to deal with. They can try and ignore it.
The side though.
You're right. Can they control it still? 3 players going right towards Miniboo here if they continue on this pathing.
Look at the HP bars again.
They are low, Miniboo. Oh, we have got some gunners today, man. Oh, he's gone back. Oh, he's absolutely breaking their ankles and hearts at this point. Trying to follow that Seeker, does a bit of damage, tips away, Rienz down to 5, man. Oh, this is hard to watch. Boo trying to once again save the day, but how are you meant to do this one?
Great reposition from Burpo.
Oh, he is putting on a real show here today. Take a stand. You're putting on a show. Lap it up, 10-0. One of the most important games, he said. This means the most to him. And he is delivering.
The snowball in full effect now, you can see it. Some of these rounds where individuals from Liquid starting to shine, or continuing, I should say.
Nice! Hey, what's up, boys?
Miniboo making the most of this moment. Double digits for Liquid. The buy is here for Heretics, not much behind this.
Oh, that's a lot.
There's a lot of investment.
That's a lot of players. This is about to be a bloodbath, maybe a massacre. Rienz can't stand the pressure. Miniboo continuing. This guy is on a heater. Boo going to try and take a little bit of damage on the way out, but no, barely scraping by. But look at the HP, is just about recovering. Let's see how it stands.
He's connected so much there.
Oh my God, the Prowler. Oh, he's actually going to pop the ult on this as well. Comeback slip the side, but that's still doing work. Benji going to make up for it, 3v2. Benji and Comeback clear the front side. They've got to know that they've either slipped towards long, or they're going around the world. Can they put that together fast enough? Tap on the spike.
Comeback not spotted though.
No, still a chance, but it's a 1v2 needed, required, essential, necessary. Oh, it's a play from Comeback! Maybe the spark they need, or maybe just a death rattle at this point. But man, he tried the best he could there.
Forcing a couple of broken wrists to adjust here. A Red Bull clutch from Comeback to just find the first. And this is, again, the post plants have looked so good from Liquid in a number of different situations. Comfortable on the back foot. There's a recovery here. Nobody catching the reposition. Comeback on the cleanup. Again, finances would have been awful here if they hadn't converted. It's not necessarily great, but still a lifeline.
Barely able to scrape by, but still standing until then. Comeback on the hero of last round, and Nats is just battling out. Yeah, it is. It's DM for him. It's a 4v4. We can see the double stack. Has to be Benji noted, but they don't know about Boo here. Now spotted, now cleared. Oh, it's all too simple. Heretics look like they are in pieces as Camo wants to close out this half with a bang. It's Miniboo to close out on 11-1, Mike. This is a one-sided affair.
Absolute shutdown here from Liquid in the first half. Heretics going to have to dig deep here with elimination on the line.
Doesn't matter what macro they play, they cannot beat a Liquid macro.
By with the Boo family. I hope you guys are enjoying this just as much as we are. First of all, Heisen Boo, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. You're now watching the game. One of your brothers is probably going to win. I mean, 11-1. How do you feel right now?
We're feeling very strange. It's new feelings for us. When one team winning the round, we are happy. On the other hand, we a little bit sad. But we always will be follow our family.
And I'm assuming you guys also must be very proud that both of your brothers are able to compete at such a level. When it comes to sitting here, supporting them, having all these mixed emotions, what are you guys going to do tonight as a family to celebrate?
Today, I think we go for a good dinner.
Okay, that sounds absolutely good. Thank you so much. I'm going to let you guys go and enjoy the rest of the match. And casters, we're going to be heading back over to you guys.
Okay, I love the fit. Michael, how do we feel?
Yeah, I mean, get the merch out there.
Yeah, literally. Literally. Let's get a little collab going. Love that. But 11-1, obviously it is a rare occurrence to see these two in any scenario facing like this, but today you've got to say it, and by a large margin. Miniboo is sending a hell of a message.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, interesting to just hear his view on this series overall, and to see this performance now. Again, you know, it means the world to him.
Yeah.
Sitting at 18-5 currently for Liquid. Just 2 rounds away from sealing the deal. Again, it's just so good to see Liquid turn around sort of their approach. And coming back to that same point Lohan was discussing around finding their identity, looking so cerebral in some of the post plants for me, just something to sit back and admire time and time again. Taking the initiative and being very decisive. Benji actually catching a ton of damage there, down to just 42. As Heretics now stack up towards B. 3 members of Liquid. At the spot here from Wayne for sure.
Yeah, and it's going to be a pretty all-in hit. Comeback handling Wayne pretty well. The next layer to this is pretty far behind, but Heretics managed to stand their ground nicely. They've caught Camo too. This could be the start of something.
Well, Spike denied now, and they have to reconsider their approach. Don't know if they thought they'd get away with a freebie, but there weren't enough bodies on site to make sure that happened.
Yeah, they kind of got caught trying to scale out, I guess. I don't know what hindered them, really. Maybe a bit of utility or something, but it's given.
I think Wayne put it, Wayne put a molly under window, but
yeah, they didn't fancy it, whatever it was. So Purpo, Nats, and Miniboo still with a chance to break some hearts here, right? This is the scariest factor that Hope could be the biggest killer, and Miniboo already going to take down one, but it's all on Miniboo. In a 1v4, not going to happen. Heretics! All right, that's the second round.
See Liquid run away with this one just yet. See, expecting to see, again, a pretty rounded purchase in terms of the comeback that's required here for Heretics. No pun intended. A long road back into bind here. Let's see, I mean, maybe Benji's still going to sit on the pistol.
Could do. We'll have to wait and see what they go for. Just Miniboo on the Sheriff on the other side, so very, very frugal purchase. Purple, I think, maybe even denied what he would have wanted there, and it looks like they want to get this one done. Just going to go in, and they've actually done a good deal of damage there. That's going to be Boo put on notice, 31 HP. So it can get a bit dangerous. That's the only scary thing, if Boo wants to keep that Bulldog rather than switching it out. But again...
Benji doing his best Nats cosplay.
Nats doing the same thing, funny enough. Oh, God. Can we just...
You are not wrong. These are opposing Vipers.
The timing's everything here. He's heard this. Here we go. Here comes the call. Doesn't quite get the kill, so that should be green light to go. They should be comfortable now. And again, you've got Benji in a deeper position. You should be playing, I don't want to say safe, but again, it is only a ghost, but at this point you kind of need to build finances and a bit of confidence too. As you can tell, the confidence with Liquid will be sky high. So again, just trying to mitigate any of that potential threat.
Again, for Liquid, again, you don't want to give away any extra progress on top of initially a couple of rounds here that they may concede. Again, because Rian's a comeback, still behind halfway in terms of progress. Not anybody's going to go hunting here. Maybe Rian's. Does only have the pistol, so...
Yeah, switched out with Benji, so... went for it, fair enough. Swing and a miss on that front, and Miniboo the one to actually start building a little bit closer towards the ult. And I think they know that this one's pretty secure. So Liquid going to give it up to the spike. No issues on that front. And then we look forward. So Heretics up to 3.
Right, coming back in will be an advantage here for Liquid. We can see, obviously, Liquid's performances here over the years. Again, the biggest criticism being is kind of converting the domestic results into an international title and establishing that consistency. But been a long run with us. That's obviously being one of them.
And it's one of those where it's again, how many times have we had such high hopes for this teams and then going, as said, internationally, and then it just quite falling away from them. But at this point, a whole new look to this roster. And a pacey start for Heretics. Wayne, simple in stance, but it works well. That denies that early start from comeback. So you're not going to get that same sort of, I guess, security in the post-plant. I'm looking at Wayne still around, man. He's trying to keep some real space here. He's done very well.
That's it. We're going to find Boo's, but how?
I felt there was no indicator about that, but maybe just all too aware. Knows all too much. As Rian's, Benji and Woot feel like they're losing out to ghosts here. You're barely seeing players. And again, you turn around and suddenly Benji's dead, and now there's a flying player in front of you! Come on! In zone flawless, and you blink, you miss it. You barely saw them that round.
Again, that's the sort of round we saw Liquid replicate time and time again on the attacking side. Just these split-second decisions. And landing the execution perfectly. And also, these are in rounds where, again, traditionally Liquid, get a first blood, get a second kill, and they'll sit back, force an error, wait for...
This is comeback's first time playing Relay, bro.
I love it.
Wayne slipping into the trash talk very quickly.
We love this. Okay. Well, bringing it back into the room. This is elimination. We told you before, we'll tell you again. It's 3 rounds. It's probably the longest road the Heretics could take to get any chance of it. Woot's trying. He's putting up some numbers, but Nat is walking out. He's taking on the world! Oh my God! What a way to close it down! 13-3. Team Liquid look terrifying.
Like I said, the story of momentum and confidence for this roster now. Certainly setting the standard in terms of what we want to see for Liquid going forward. But again, coming back to that same sort of discussion around identity, it's clear, it's very, very obvious how Liquid want to proceed here.
Yeah, I'm so impressed with how they look today in comparison to before. And I have to say as well, map 1 for Heretics, they also looked fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely,
I liked the role swaps. I liked how they came out. I liked the confidence with it. They put on a great display here today. They put in a shift. You could see the work. You could see it tangibly on Abyss. Bind, it just simply wasn't there. I think that's the fairest way to put it. The potential on this team is still sky high. We need to see them rework things
to be honest,
around.
in terms of the switch up here, probably got the wind knocked out of them.
Yes.
In terms of Liquid's approach to this series. Obviously, Miniboo topping the charts here in the second map. That's not too far behind, but...
No, what just a scary, scary combination. I mean, Camo map 1, but then Nat, Miniboo map 2. Unreal form from this team. A huge step in the right direction. I think they look night and day to me here, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, another roster that, again, I'm not saying I'm jaded, but we want to see them continue with this consistency. Always been the historic discussion with Liquid rosters, and I mean, if that's anything to go by, I'm so excited to watch them this year.
Well, yeah, God, if they get, even if you just start looking at getting, okay, Mini Boo online, cool. Okay, well, if Camo starts having that level of performance, oh, wait, we got Wayne in the mix, you can go down this whole roster and get really excited by it, right? Learning the map pool, looking at how comfortable they feel on agents, but they're not in Santiago yet, right? They still have a road to be walking. And we're not going to be the ones talking to you about it, or kind of talking to them even about it. It will be over on the post plant, so do stick around and do stay tuned.
Welcome everybody to the post plant. We are awaiting the players, but you have your pen and paper out. You're taking it very seriously, which I'm really proud and happy to see. Oh. Performative male final boss, okay.
This is how you look intelligent. You hold a pen, have the paper ready.
You have to have it upside down.
Of course.
Yeah, that's...
But no one can tell because my leg's in the way. Like,
Yeah.
I've come prepared.
Do you go to coffee shops with books? And like...
I don't like coffee.
Okay, not performative enough.
No, no, no.
Matcha?
No, no. I knew that would upset you the second I said it.
Like, that ruined my day.
That's your persona, isn't it?
It is. Matcha Pilates, hey. But we have to talk about...
No.
Oh, there, do you guys want to say that in the microphone by any chance?
I've just been shouted at by Mike.
Yeah, it is what it is. The players will join us. No, you guys are welcome to join. Come on. Stand by. I promise you.
We need them.
Yeah,
we need them.
We need them. Thank you.
We're talking about matcha. I don't need that.
Okay, hater.
Hello, brother.
What? All right, welcome, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Miniboo, I'm gonna start with you. Your entire family was sitting here watching. You said
Did you have to beat him so bad on that last map? You could have like let him have a little bit of a chance.
Honestly, I was just having fun, and I didn't know who I'm playing against. I was just destroying. But after the game, and I saw their faces, honestly, like I felt bad. I don't know, like inside the game.
I mean,
Nats didn't feel bad.
I'm not feeling bad.
You said going into this game that even though it's their map pick, it was going to be even better than Abyss. You kept true to that word. How did you know that was going to be the case?
Because I knew the comp. We're gonna play. I knew that I'm gonna play Neon with Camille being on Waylay, so that was expected.
Yeah, let's bring up the Neon stats specifically, because Tom, you highlighted earlier as well when we were watching, saying that, oh, this is the first time that we're...
Yeah, you're the only guy.
Yeah.
No one plays Neon on this map. Why? Why the Neon?
I don't know, like, because I guess that I'm good on Neon and we play to our strength.
Okay.
We've heard it a lot, actually, from the coach as well, saying that you guys are playing to your strengths. I feel like this conversation of identity and strength with Liquid is something we've been having over the last couple of weeks, so to say, here in Kickoff. How has it been for you as well over, like, progressing from week into week into week to see the change and to see the team improve and just, in general, all these positivity coming out?
I mean, I think you usually start working the moment you know what system and the team works. I think because that's usually what happens for the kickoff and for most of the teams who changed a lot. They're trying to understand around what they need to play, what is the win conditions. And I think first games, especially with Wayne not being here, with not having opportunity to practice with him, it took a lot of time. And I think right now, game by game, we're just trying to... We're understanding us more and more, and we're just playing the game that we enjoy to play.
So last year, I don't know if you remember, you're in Kickoff, you went into the lower bracket. Do you remember how many games in a row you won?
I mean, we lost to Foot in uppers, and I think we won 7?
I think it was 5 in a row.
5 in a row? Are you sure? I think it was more, no?
Because I think it's the same this year. It's the same amount that you need to win again, 5 in a row.
I remember in Kickoff we played the maximum amount of games that possible last year. I mean, but it feels like we never find the easy ways. It feels like someone was asking me a few days ago, yes, would you like it to be easy? I don't know what is easy. It's just every single turn, even when it was in Gambit, we always would drop the lowers. Somehow we would always drop the lowers.
Yeah, for sure. What, do you just like to give as much viewership to the fans as possible? They get to come and see you?
Get the reps in.
Yeah, I'm not sure why is it like that, but it feels like, I mean, it's more interesting rather than just having an upper bracket run and finishing in 3-4 games.
Yeah, for sure. Coming up next, obviously, there's two teams that you've already played. That's going to be the option of either Fnatic or Vitality. I kind of asked this to both of you. Is there any preference of who you would like to be playing? Anyone you want revenge on, I guess is a better question.
I mean, honestly, I don't care.
Was this the toughest one then? Was Heretics the one you most wanted to beat?
I mean, I think in the whole kickoff I just wanted to play Heretics and none of the other teams mattered. You know, like now, I don't care.
But you have to care because you're still in the lower bracket, right?
Like technically,
Fnatic? I don't know.
Okay. Fnat, is there anyone?
Yeah. I mean, because we played a lot of finals last year against them and they're just like fun team to play. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure. I think I would say just Vitality, just because we didn't play them with a full roster.
Okay.
I'm actually excited for their game. Chronicle playing against past team, that's going to be very interesting.
Who's the better Sentinel?
I remember he told me before the game that...
I said, so this is my exact quote, I said I'm going to put Nats in C because he's not played as good as I know Nats can play. And then today you absolutely destroyed them. So I'm taking like 50% of the credit.
Okay, thank you so much. That all because of you.
He took that personally. You're talking about now that you have the full roster going up against Vitality, potentially if they, drop into that lower bracket. Wayne as well has been a player that we've highlighted a lot coming into these games, especially because last week he said that he's not very comfortable playing under this pressure. It's not good for his health, he said. How has it been for you guys playing with Wayne in this lower bracket? What has been the guidance that you've been able to give him to actually allow him to perform so consistently as well?
I think it's a lot about just the learning and just helping him here and there, because I mean, you're coming to the VCT, right? And there is not much you can give to the person. You need to let the person express himself first, rather than you will push him to, or you need to do that. I don't think that's the way you want to work with the athletes. Okay. So we're letting him express himself, him understand himself more, how he feels himself here, so we can help him more in the future. But I mean, we give him some advices how to make his life a little bit easier with the whole preparation process and preparing on the stage also.
Do you think you'll continue forward with all the double duelist stuff now? Because it seemed like today it was kind of nasty, like everything that was going on in the server. I think you and Camo especially, it looked like, considering they changed one player, and this is obviously a brand new team, you and Camo seem to have a lot of synergy, almost comparatively, where they maybe struggled a little bit more.
Yeah, I think like me and Camille have good synergy together, and I enjoy playing double duelist with him. And about the question moving forward, honestly, I think we don't know yet. Like, like when the time comes, like we're gonna solve that, question. Maybe we're gonna go double duelist, maybe not. Like, who knows,
Triple duelist?
Maybe.
No, let's go 5. Let's go 5 at that point.
Yeah, but who gets Waylay?
Yes.
You get Waylay. Okay.
I'm the only one who has champ experience only.
Oh, okay.
That's how it's being decided. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us as well for the post plan. And thank you for those of you at home as well for watching. We're going to be saying goodbye. So I do hope you guys enjoy the Razor end of day highlights, and we'll see you tomorrow.
An absolute mad game from this man. Has to play this right. He's taking a second guess. He's trying to play with the time here.
God.
Nats might be on for an absolute heater here. Plays it to perfection!
Nice! Let's go! Let's go, Lions! Let's go, Domi!
What is this? He is putting on a real show today! The Nats is walking out. He's taking on the world! Oh my God! What a way! He calls it down!
Let's do something crazy, get a bit wild today, cause we don't do this every day and we deserve it. Life is so amazing, nothing is in our way. Baby, let's fly away. Do you feel it? Is your heart rushing the way my heart's rushing when you take it all in? Baby, this is where we come alive. Do you feel it? Take the world by storm, just you and I. Can't believe it took so long to realize what makes us come alive. Oh, what makes us come alive? Let's break some rules. No, we don't always have to be good. Don't always have to do things that we should. We'll feed the fire. Let's see it through and let go of what's holding us back. Just light it up and we'll burn through the past and take it higher. Is your heart rushing the way my heart's rushing when you take it all in? Baby, this is where we come alive. Do you feel it? Take the world by storm, just you and I. You and I. Can't believe it took so long to realize. This is where we come alive. Do you feel it? Take the world by storm, just you and I. Can't believe it took so long to realize what makes us. This is where we come alive. Do you feel it? Take the world by storm, just you and I. Can't believe it took so long to realize what makes us come alive.
나의 속도가 돈이라면 벤소미 더 세게 괴롭혀봐 나를 rain on me 다가서면 뱅뱅 전부 걸어 게임처럼 너의 고개를 떨굴 때는 댄서니 모두 몸에 걸어 눈이 빛나는 걸로 전부 걸치고 난이 노리는 것들일 거야 발밑에 쫓아와도 너는 절대 못 껴 넘어질 배포도 없는 애들은 no 따라오지 못한